gentlemen, welcome to Touching Tips, a podcast dedicated to the world of PSVR 2. My name is Karen Alive and Well, and I'll be introducing your hosts. From the west of Ireland, he is a visionary, a leader, a sensual and generous lover, as I can attest. Petrifying Pumpkins. Pumpkins was once a successful businessman before a tragic incident left him with stage 2 ligma of the mind. No longer able to run his multinational POG corporation, Pumpkins turned to his other passion, PSVR. Hence this channel and later podcast were born. Pumpkins is famous all over the world thanks to the various Easter eggs dedicated to him in PSVR exclusive Firewall 0 Hour. Most famously, if you go to the hangar map, in the air control tower, you will see radar screens with various aircraft designations that, when combined, spell out petrifying pumpkins. It really does make him better than you. From Mexico, he has many names: El Chupacabra, El Fuego, El Pasión. But around here we call him Mr. 777 or Jackpot. Mr. 777 moved to the United States as a wee lad. A former Xbox fan, Jackpot gave up on Team Green when he discovered the future is virtual reality, and has been on PlayStation since. Jackpot lives with his mother, in her basement. She reached out to Pumpkins, begging him to let Jackpot be a co-host as she worries about his lack of social communication skills, as you will soon see for yourselves. He turned to marijuana at a young age and has reached a stage where if he were to ever stop smoking, the shock to his system would kill him immediately. Jackpot has a heavily stained pillow that he calls Amanda. He believes that she is real and that he is in a long-term relationship with her. His catchphrase is, "Bitch." And finally, all the way from the frigid wastes of Canada, comes Muzz. Muzz has a passion for maple syrup and discussing PSVR 2. He once got lost in the frozen tundra of northern Canada with his best friend. The ordeal was harrowing and led to Muzz eating the remains of his friend in order to survive. Shortly after, Muzz turned to VR gaming as a way to escape the horrors of the reality he leaves every time he puts on the headset. It's worth noting that while Muzz maintains his best friend was dead before he began to consume him, later studies of the remains hinted at the possibility that the friend died from infections that were caused from bites, though due to a handling error, the evidence was deemed inadmissible and Muzz walked free. He also has a cat. Without further ado, let the show begin. I've been Karen Alive and Well, and I will now hand you over to the strong, sexy hands of Pumpkins. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all that usual YouTube shite.
What the fuck is that?
And we are live. The overlays have finally loaded in, and we're back. And someone's microphone or speaker is on there. Must be Jackpot. He's chewing. What are you chewing on?
Nothing. I wasn't chewing nothing.
Chewy gummy. Them. What are they called? The edibles.
Chocolate chip waffles.
You're on them edibles. Is that it?
Chocolate chip waffles.
No, I don't really do edibles as much. They make my stomach hurt. I did it for Cirque du Soleil though. I went out to Vegas.
Yeah.
It got really high. It was fun, but afterwards my stomach hurt really bad. But
Hey,
yeah, I guess it was a trade-off.
You want a little maple syrup for those waffles? Want a little maple syrup?
Damn. What are your waffles are different to my waffles? I bet.
Really?
We got like potato waffles.
What?
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Of course you would. You have everything potato, right?
They're like,
dude.
It's actually just a potato, isn't it?
it's got squares. You cut the squares into the potato. Anyway, Muzz, Mr. Jackpot, how you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Touching Tips. I hope you've been well since the last episode. Have ye?
Doing okay.
Doing okay. Jackpot,
Doing
are you
well.
doing okay?
Lots of good news. Lots of games coming out, even though some bad news. But
Just bad
Firewall aiming already, it's a lot better. That alone, in my opinion, makes the game a lot better. So
Right.
yeah,
Well,
it's
we'll
a lot of good things.
We'll get into all these details.
How about you? How are the babies?
The babies. Well, they've had a hard time shaking that cold they've had for a long time. So they haven't been back to play school. They've been off for like a week and a half now. But we think we'll put them back tomorrow. But last night they were coughing so much that they were vomiting phlegm kind of.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a pleasant start.
Well, I hope they get better soon.
Why do you ask these things, Jackpot? Why do you ask these things?
Yeah.
Come on. Man.
Listen, I'm just hoping that everybody's
Asking
doing
how's
well,
your
you know.
family?
And I know that one of his kids, they're all already smarter than pumpkins, but there's one of them that is secretly a genius.
There is.
Because he texted me something.
He texted Jackpot.
How old was your kid when he
This was
texted me
back
that?
when he was like less than a year, maybe, or something, or maybe
He texted me. You tell him the story. What did he texted me directly to my DMs?
We had played the.
He said, "You bitch."
He was
No.
he was holding the PlayStation 4 controller, and like
Stop making it.
the last message I had received was some Jackpot, right, on the PlayStation messaging thing or whatever. So he was like spamming the buttons on the controller. Went into the messaging. I was watching him myself, and my girlfriend were watching him doing it at the time, and we were like, "Huh, that's interesting." And then he went another step. He brought up the keyboard to type in a message, and I was like, "Huh." And then the cursor defaults on G. He hit X twice on the G. He put in GG. He hit the R2 button to confirm it, and then he hit X again to send it. Nobody believes me, but that's exactly what happened. He sent GG to Jackpot randomly the day after we played against each other or something.
Listen, I have
He's a
it
prodigy. He's a prodigy.
He is.
It
Pumpkins
happens.
is just downplaying. He doesn't want everybody to know his kid is a genius. His kid thought about it, texted me, said GG, and I didn't believe him. But then I believe that it is because maybe the girlfriend is just a genius too. Somehow it's just with pumpkins. But anyways,
he did it.
I hope they get better. Long story short, I hope they get better. And yeah, your kid is a genius. They're all smart, but
Well, not
one
smart
is
if he's
just-
talking to you though. Not that smart if he's talking to you. Associating
Anyways.
with you. Let me check what's going on in the chat. Your arch enemy is there. He says, "What's up, all? I too am heartbroken over Phasmophobia." Donnie says, "To smash bums ye sup." Thank you, Donnie. Appreciate it. Deadeye Dan is here. How you doing, Dan? Solid Justice returns. Mr. Justice, hope you're keeping well. LSB is there shaking his head, and Decepticon is here with a good idea. The photo of Jackpot's mom in this intro needs to be a member emoji. Yeah, I need to make a lot of emojis. I need to get the ghost cock. I need to get this one. And what you were saying, Tasuki said, what the fuck is this fella? The old man. We need to get him as an emoji as well.
Yep.
Mrs. Jackpot looks good for her age, says LSB. Movemaster Mick, how you keeping? I'm saying hello. Test. Ooh, but you're a bit low on the volume. Thank you for letting me know that, Donnie. I've boosted my volume up a bit. How's that? Is that better or worse? Or do you mean me or them? Maybe they're low.
Are we low? Test.
Testing.
War Room is here as well. How you doing, War Room? Movemaster Mix says, yeah, potato waffles are a thing over here, and they're delicious as well, to be honest. Never mind, just your sexy voice talk here on TT. I'm confused. Is it too loud now? Hope you're doing well. Did he ring Decepticon once? No, he has no contact with Decepticon. He had no contact with Decepticon. Roy Schwartz is here peeping. Solid Justice is doing better now. I'm glad to hear it. How's the weather over here? It's been wet and windy over here. Okay. And we've caught up with everyone in the chat. So, with all the introductories out of the way, do we have anything else you want to say at the start before we get into it?
I hate you.
No.
I was waiting for it. Waiting for it.
Understandable. So let's start then with the first topic of tonight, which is Arizona Sunshine 2 has got a release date. Apparently, I've heard mixed things about this. On Reddit, I saw that it was leaked on like the German PlayStation Store, but then other people were like, no, this was confirmed by them, but I couldn't see the confirmation by them, so I don't know what either way, it's apparently coming out on the 7th of December.
That's sooner than I thought. That's cool.
Yeah, well, they did say it was 2023, so it had to be November, December.
Oh, yeah.
And
For some reason,
right?
I was just thinking that was going to be like a next year thing. I forgot that it was confirmed for this year.
And what did you say, Chop? Jackpot, I saw Chop there. How you doing, Chop?
chopped. I was just asking. Didn't a lot of people say that this game, the people that kind of played it or whatever, they say that it's pretty good, or
Well, one person in
That'd be
particular,
pretty good.
that Genghis was like, "Oh, this is up there with Half-Life Alyx, or better than Half-Life Alyx."
but I'm not.
Well, that's like, yeah,
That's
no,
just-
it seems a severe. I think Gamertag played it as well, and he was like, "It's good," but he wasn't like gushing over it. I don't think.
Right, but it's gonna be good, right?
Yeah, it sounds
Depending
like
on
it's
the
gonna be
price, I
solid.
guess.
Well, listen, they weren't playing the PSVR 2 version, so for all we know, it could be one of these dodgy ports that we're seeing lately, but hopefully not.
Yeah.
But we haven't, like, we're so close to it now, and we haven't really seen any gameplay yet. We've just had that preview
Yeah.
where I thought when those previews went live, I was like, okay, they're probably going to start showing some actual gameplay, but I don't think there's been any. And if there has been, it's been like very brief snippets or whatever.
That's probably why I had it in the back of my head that it's like not out until next year, because we haven't seen any gameplay, so I just don't even
Yeah.
really associate it for coming out soon.
And this is like a Vertigo game, so this isn't a Sony thing where Sony are being their typical Sony sells by like, no,
Yeah.
this doesn't exist, hide us, whatever. So I don't. What do you think is the strategy here if you were Vertigo Games and you're like, you know what, don't show the man thing?
Same people
Well,
that
What's
did
the
the first one.
strategy?
I don't think it's
Yes,
gonna
yes.
look like shit, because if it looked bad, we would have heard that.
Oh, they would have
from
said
like
that,
people
yeah.
played it. Yeah, but most people that played it said it actually looks pretty good visually.
Yeah.
So
So what's the
I don't know.
idea? What's the thinking?
don't
Do you
know.
think? Like, why would you keep it hidden?
I don't know.
I don't mean this in a
Well-
suspicious way. I feel like they probably got a reason. Like maybe they're trying to build hype by getting the previews, and
It's-
they're like, "Oh, it's so good," and then it's like, "Oh, what the
Mm.
mystery or whatever."
It's-
surrounding it.
It's only, fuck. What month are we on right now?
We're
We're
in
not even-
October.
We're October.
It's 2023.
I
Why
know,
are you
dude. It's
people-
fuck. No longer.
What are you doing on my
2 months
screens?
from now- It's not. I mean, yeah, it's close, right? December 7th, if that's actually the case, right? We don't even know if that's actually real.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, I mean, it's 2 months, and I feel like you have to be smart when you release gameplay and all that stuff, because if you can overhype a game or hype a game and then at the beginning and then it just loses the hype, right? So I feel like they're gonna release a lot of this stuff. If it's December 7th, probably like at the end of November, they're gonna start releasing more gameplay and stuff like that. I'm not worried. I don't think it's gonna, they're hiding it because it sucks or anything. I think it's just a matter of, the more hype the game has, I'm assuming that's just the more sales. But I don't think they're gonna be sneaky or sketchy like what's that flying game
Project
that I think they
Wingman.
purposely, right? I think they purposely were quiet and not show anything because they wanted all of us to rush in and buy the fucking game and then no refunds and be like, oh, there's only 6 missions. So I don't think that's the case with this. I think we're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer, but that's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't really know everything about the game either. Like, I know there's co-op. I'm pretty sure the co-op mode is
Yeah.
confirmed at this point, but I don't know if it has that that wave.
They haven't spoken anything. They just said, "Oh, it'd be silly of
Yeah.
us not to include co-op again," but gave no details on what that would be.
Well, what do you guys think?
There's a big focus on the dog apparently as well in this.
Yeah,
he'll
so that's
go
why
and fetch
I'm-
things for you and stuff.
I was a little concerned about it being just a single player with the dog, because if you have 2 players, do both people have dogs? And then
Good
That'd be
dog,
cool.
bad dog.
yeah, like I don't know how that would work for a 2-player co-op mode, or unless the dog gets taken out with just 2 people playing the game.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys think that it's gonna be similar to the first game, just maybe a little bit, a little bit better, wider here and there, but not a different concept, kind of like more open world type of stuff? You think it's gonna be very linear, kind of like this one was, which I didn't have a problem with. It was, except the audio stuff wasn't the greatest, but it was still fun, a lot of fun.
I think it's going to
Well-
be still somewhat linear, but I think it will be a bigger maps, bigger areas to explore.
Yeah.
And I think it will be a pretty good upgrade from the first one. I mean, the first one was like so long ago.
That was really
Is that
early.
like- Yeah,
Yeah.
is that 2017?
Maybe even
2017 that
16
came
when
out?
it came out, like PC.
But those
VR.
animations, walking animations, they're fucking.
Oh yeah, because it was on PC before it came to PlayStation VR. So
Yeah.
yeah, PlayStation VR might have had it like 2016 or 17.
Yeah. But they obviously put a lot of money into the CG trailer. So maybe they're trying to get their money's worth out of the CG trailer and withhold the gameplay as long as they can and just focus on this. Give them this. We've spent a lot of money on this. Let them watch this.
And I want to see like how much can you mess with the zombies? Like, is it like Saints and Sinners kind of style where you can like grab them by the head and like push them back, or can you like actually like grab their arms and like other, like the guy in the I don't know if that's mimicking what you're going to be doing in the game, like holding the guy's head and like moving his jaw with your hand, that kind of thing. Like, is that going to be the kind of interactivity that you have with the zombies? Because if you can do crazy stuff like that, that would just kind of keep you entertained. Just
there's a PSVR
messing
1
with
game
them.
that let you do that. I can't remember what it was. Was it Paranormal
It's one of those
Activity, or was it? You could
thought it was
find
one
like
of
a
those sword
decapitated head. You could like, I think you can mess with its mouth.
Hmm.
But yeah, probably Swordsman as well, or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe it was what's the one? Killing Floor. Maybe it was Killing Floor. There's definitely one you can mess with their mouths.
Yep. It was Killing Floor Incursion, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Incursion, yeah, that's it.
Incursion, yeah.
Decepticon is here saying that he thinks there's a small snip of gameplay, but it's like a hallway shot. And he says, yeah, there's a gif of gameplay zombies shot in a hallway. So, very small clip. And it's in a very enclosed space. Maybe it doesn't give anything away, really.
Yeah.
Chopped seems angry. And another zombie game. He's not happy about that. And Potsy's here. How you doing, Potsy? Says, no gameplay, I'm worried. Well, this is the thing. The other games that have been releasing, like Jackpot said, Project Wingman and, you know, Hellsplit, like nobody saw the PSVR 2 footage for these games. And that's kind of damaged people's trust now in a lot of PSVR games. Even the innocent, possibly innocent ones like, you know, Arizona Sunshine.
Switchback. Switchback was the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
They released it and it wasn't really finished, or it looked still like too old, or like the graphics weren't just enough.
Before that patch.
Yeah.
Your arch enemy says, heard good things about it. I'm just trying to catch up in the comments real quick. If Jackpot played co-op, it would be 3 dogs.
Idiot.
And then he said, then LSP says, because Jackpot is a bitch. ATF was an okay game after the fall, I assume he means, so hopefully they have learned those early mistakes here. Was Vertigo behind after the fall as well? Yeah, they must have been. Man, they really like their zombie games, don't they?
Yeah.
How long do you think it's gonna be? I don't even remember how long was the first one.
The first one was like
It was decent length.
5-6 hours to go through. Just a single player now.
No, me and LSB did it in one sitting, and I don't think we did it in 5 hours, dude. Hold
All
on.
right, maybe not.
Never mind.
Maybe
Talk.
not.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
I'll take your word for it. But I felt like not long, but like average for VR games at the time. You know, I didn't really think anyone was complaining about the length.
I think it was fine.
How much are you messing around, just kind of like fooling around too, or just going right
especially
through
in
the
co-op
story.
as well, you'd be dicking around a lot more too.
Yeah, that adds probably a couple hours, just that alone.
4 hours ish. That's what it says.
4 hours, okay. Chopped is here saying, I feel like VR is going to lose traction with Sony because they don't promote shit. Fail, Sony. I'm stoned, so ghost cock y'all. Goodbye. If that means goodbye, I don't know. Decepticon says it was like 5 hours, it was fun. It was fun. And well, like Jackpot said as well, that my main memory of the game though is that the narrator like shouting in your ears every time he spoke.
I just turned him on. I instantly just like turned his voice off.
I must have done it too, but I don't know why it is. I just remember that so vividly.
I didn't know you can turn it off. I played the whole
Yeah.
game. She was yelling at me.
What
It was like Fred or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Freds. But yeah, it's just it's probably going to be just another goofy story where he's just, and the dog will probably die in the end. He'd be sad, you know, and then he'll find a puppy. He'll find a new puppy at the end, and then it'll be like, oh, he's happy again. That's how they'll do it. Spoiler alert. Spoiler.
Not playing it. Not playing it anymore.
Not playing anymore.
Master Mick says, and loads of DLC to boot. Is that after the fall has loads of DLC? Is that what you mean? Dog will shit in his head, says Mick.
One thing I'm confused about is what's the rules in this universe is zombies, because that dog is like chewing on zombies' arms and like biting their necks and shit. So wouldn't that dog be that dog's not turning into a zombie, so maybe it doesn't affect animals, I guess.
Maybe this virus doesn't.
Yeah, like
because Resident Evil had all the fucking dogs were.
Yeah, it's a T virus though. You know, there's lots of zombie games where there's still like wildlife you can hunt and stuff, or you know, or films and stuff. You know, like The Last of Us. The Last of Us has giraffes wandering around. They're not infected. Anyway, I can see my laptop starting to stutter. Next topic. Hubris is what I want to talk about, because they've released a trial for Hubris, or a demo, whatever you want to call it, on the PlayStation Store. What'd you say, sorry?
Did you play it?
I did. I played it like a few hours ago, just because I had a bit of time. I was like, oh shit, got to get this done so we can talk about it. Did you both play it?
Is it multiplayer?
No, it's a single player.
No, I didn't play it.
You didn't play it? All right. I specifically requested that you play it in the
notes. I was busy. I didn't open nothing. I didn't care about
it's
you.
Fine.
You just sit there and shut up for a few minutes.
So next time I'll do more research. I did research last time.
It's fine. It's fine. Look, two of us, we can talk about it with two of us. What did you think, Muzz?
I wasn't overly impressed. It would look pretty sharp. Like the graphics were pretty solid. Mm-hmm. I don't know, the starting area wasn't like anything super nice visuals like going on. Like it had those like rocks around you, like, and then you were just kind of like jumping across like those like weird like checkerboard style rocks that you made your way across.
Those are the Giant's Causeway type rocks I was talking about in Ireland before. Yeah. Anyway, go on. But
yeah, like just visually it wasn't anything impressive. Maybe like later on, I'm sure you'll get to some like nice looking areas, but I mean, it doesn't hit you with like, ooh, look how crazy this game is kind of vibe.
What about the gameplay? What do you think about the gameplay? Was it like slow or?
It was average. Like, I mean, they didn't let you do too much. They give you like a harpoon gun, because when you start off, you're like getting out of your shuttle and then going under the water to like get to like the side of the rocks that you climb up on, and then there's like these squids going around the water, and you have to shoot them with your harpoon and collect the tentacles off of them. So that's basically the only combat you see.
Okay.
I just want to point out as well that when you pick up the tentacles, they're like fully physics, so they're like flopping around, and you can put it up to your crotch and make it look like you got a big tentacle penis, and that's what I did.
Of course, that's the first thing you tried.
Of course it was.
I would have tried that too.
I think I was a bit more impressed than Muzz. I thought the visuals. I didn't like we start off first in like a tutorial area, and there's just like hallways that go on for ages. And they were like all right looking, whatever. But then once you get into the world, like immediately you enter and you're underwater. You have to swim to the world, so you have to physically swim with your hands, which took a little bit of time to get used to for going up and down.
You have to actually do this to like go forward. And
so once I got that down a bit and when I got the climbing down a bit, it seemed kind of fluid enough, and you can kind of do. It felt almost like a platformer, like the way you were jumping around in these rocks, and the climbing was similar to like Call of the Mountain, you know. And then like it puts you at that puzzle where you got to figure out what to do with the squid legs and how you get out to the next area, which was kind of like I didn't know where they were going with that, but it was kind of unique. The result of what you got with the squid legs, it was weird, you know. And I didn't really like the shooting though too much. Like the harpoon gun was all right, but that gun they give you in like, which is probably your main gun in the game, the tutorial area, just didn't feel very nice to shoot.
Agreed.
And then the demo ends very abruptly. Like you do that little puzzle, goddamn laptop is struggling.
Then you start going into a cave and it's just like blacks out.
Thank you for playing. Goodbye.
I'm looking at the trailer and I wonder what is, the balance, because I look at shooting mechanic stuff. I look at, kind of like maybe puzzles. It looks like some platform stuff. He's jumping here and there. Like, what do you think will be overall? Do you think it'll be balanced? It'll be more puzzle? It'll be more... What do you think?
Well, this game is out. Like, this game has been out for months. So, it's if you want to know what it's all about, you can check out the reviews.
I will have to.
But, like, the main reason for bringing this up as well is, like, this is somewhat sold me on the game, kind of. A little bit, like, when it goes on sale or whatever. I don't know. It probably is on sale right now, actually. Actually, I think I did put that down. Did I? No.
Isn't there a second game?
Second. Is it an episodic thing? It's like it could be a short thing. I can't remember hearing at the time, but I feel like people are like, "This is a short game." That was one of the complaints.
Let's get good reviews though.
But anyway, this kind of proves to me that like not every, but as many games as possible that can have a trial, should have a trial, especially PSVR 2 games.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's obvious. It is obvious. It works with flat games too, but when it comes to viewers, especially, you don't know how it's going to feel. You want to know what the settings are going to be, what the comfort's going to be like. Are you going to, for those who suffer from motion sickness, is going to be suitable for you or whatever.
Is Hubris a flat screen game?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm not sure why you brought. It could be. It's a flat screen. I thought you said it was a flat screen game.
Did I say that?
You said I heard flat. I heard flat screen, but I wasn't sure what you said.
Oh, I meant like obviously demos are important for flat screen games as well. It's not just VR, but maybe they're a little bit extra important for VR, so that there's all these other factors to take into account for virtual reality.
Yeah,
games.
They're way more important for VR, in my opinion, because you can't get the experience of VR unless you're playing VR. You can't watch a screen.
Yeah, but demos are always good.
I'm hoping that some of the other big ones coming out, like Vertigo 2, I hope that has a demo.
Yes. But I'm sure there's probably things to it, like Sony are like, you want to get a demo, that's going to be $20,000 to get your demo up on the store, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Decepticon says, it's meh. Vertigo 2 is better.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was going to wait for Vertigo.
Decepticon says,
everyone's saying that.
Nothing is fast enough for Jackpot. All games are slow. Is that what you're saying? Is it too slow for you, Jackpot? Did you have a complaint there I missed?
No, they're just bitching because I was playing Resident Evil 4 and the graphics were pretty shady on the Questicle and it was kind of slow at the beginning. I was like, and I told them the game was slow and now they're little bitches about it.
You took that personally.
Don't stop saying it. Yeah, they don't like it. You can't say anything negative about Resident Evil.
Not 4. Not 4.
Resident Evil 4, very beloved game.
It's a classic. But you were back in diapers, back then, so you don't know. You don't know. Nothing. Oh, sorry, I read that. Chop says, I just posted the GC emoji to Discord. Okay, that's going to make my life easier. I'll check it out after the stream. Decepticon says, Phasmo is too slow for him. Deadeye Dance says, and the tentacle penis was as far as Pumpkin got. I mean, that was right after that part. I was hoping to be more tentacles. Chop says, I have Hubris and haven't played it yet. Why are you buying these games and not playing them, Chopped?
Good job.
It's going to be... Is it graphic?
Is he talking about the...
No, not really, but you're missing...
Maybe he means the demo.
The ghost area, and he has the picture cut off, so you can't see the whole ghost figure. But I think this is perfect.
Okay, I'll try and make a thing out of it. Muzz, what were you saying there? Sorry.
I was just saying maybe he's referring to the demo. Maybe he doesn't have the full game.
Chopped? I have Hubris, haven't played it. Well, maybe, but I doubt it. Your arch enemy says Hubris was decent, felt like it could have been a lot better. He's still in diapers, says Decepticon. Time is money. Time is money, am I right? Okay. I think we've delayed it as long as we can. It's time now to talk about
get the tissues
the elephant in the room. I should have got some sad music ready for this. This is painful. This is difficult for me to speak about.
Kathleen.
My most anticipated PSVR 2 title among any other PSVR 2 title. If you told me that Resident Evil 4 could come out tomorrow if this game was delayed, I'd say no. Push back Resident Evil 4. If you told me Half-Life Alyx was going to come out tomorrow, I'd say no. I want this instead. Phasmophobia.
How long have you been waiting? How long?
Years. Years I've been waiting for this. And then it was coming in August. And wow, wasn't that an exciting time back in June when they said it's coming in August? And then what happened halfway through August? Whoops, the office caught fire. Fair enough. You can't accommodate for that. You can't predict that. So they're like, okay, give us till the end of October. It's going to be a Halloween release. And as much as that hurt back then, it was fine because, spooky game, Halloween, it's all fitting together perfectly. The pieces of the puzzles. And here we are halfway through October, wondering every week, when is the Phasmophobia date gonna get revealed? And then yesterday or 2 days before, everyone was wondering, all right?
Not me.
You should have been. You should have been. It was going to be life-changing for you too. And then let's just cut to the chase. Let's rip it off. They delayed it again. They did it again.
Oh my god. Is that where you spend the $50 or whatever donation? You get the board?
I don't even know he's using this in the chat when it's open. Maybe it's minimized for his. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Is that why you were taking so long to fucking say it? Because you were looking
He
for
did it. Muzz did that, not me.
Oh, great. Oh, fucking perfect. Okay. Yeah. Perfect time.
Little saxophone or little trumpet appeared on his face. And I knew it was over.
Break it out and throw it away.
That was fucking hilarious.
But yeah, and to rub salt into the wound, the PSVR 2 version, PSVR 2 is the reason why it's been delayed. Basically, they've come out and said that in their Q&A afterwards, because people are saying, why not just release the PS5 and Xbox versions and let the PSVR 2 people wait? And they're like, no, this was a VR originally. This was a VR exclusive, and we want to make sure everyone gets to experiences.
Suck it, Xbox people.
That's the silver lining there, is that I get to know that my platform of choice ruined my enemy's platform of choice. But yeah, this is difficult, and the worst part is that there's no release date now. They're just like, well, they probably learned their lesson. We're not going to give them a release date because who knows if we'll actually hit it or not. So they did say in their statement, we could read it out if we want, but I think I already made a video about it. You've probably already seen it, but
yeah.
That they intend to minimize the effects of this delay. So that kind of gives me a little bit of hope that, maybe it's just weeks, maybe it's not months, but at the same time, it's like I might as well prepare for the worst now. And I'm kind of keeping in mind that's probably a 2024 game now. That's what I'm doing, and if it comes earlier than that, it'll be a nice surprise. But yeah, I've resigned myself to this now.
Well, the door closes, but a window opens because we have breachers now coming.
Yes.
In November, so there's a
Another
happy
thing I told you about.
happy turn. There's a happy turn to
it. It is, but like I said, if you told me Resident Evil or Half-Life Alyx was coming or anything, breachers included, this is the tippy top of my list. This is my most wanted. Yeah. And I know everyone's going to be saying, and everyone rightly saying, it's better for them to delay it so that you have a proper game and it's not broken, blah, 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 blah. But, when you say that, I want to punch you in the face.
Punch him in the dick.
Because it's an emotional thing right now,
Yeah.
I just want it, and I can't put my. I've wanted it for years, for so long, and it just keeps evading me. Like I could die in November for all I know. I'll get hit by a bus, and I'll never get to play Phasmophobia VR. And then what's good is waiting for the game to be fixed, So don't go telling me.
Well, then you'll be the one doing the haunting.
Yeah, I'll be doing real life.
Phasmophobia.
Even better.
And,
hide in your bedroom. Lock the door. Don't go outside. Don't go near streets. You're gonna become Howard Hughes, like locked up in your place, rocking and
but then something
scared
happens
of germs.
to me in here, like the house will catch fire, and I won't be able to unlock the door, and I'll die in the fire. Something like that. Something like that will happen.
Irony.
There you go. Decepticon saying, just come to PC. No, why would I want to do that? You wouldn't even have haptic feedback in your dirty controllers. Don't even talk to me about PC.
Hopefully, at the very least, that they can make the voice thing work before it comes out.
I don't think they will. They have updated that Q&A, but they still have that. They still have that original part saying where it's don't expect it on PS5. They didn't say that, but
yeah,
they didn't change it. They didn't say, oh, now this extra time is going to allow us to get this working. But it'd be nice. It would be nice if they could. Well, I'm just not expecting. It just sounds like a performance issue because they're redesigning an entire map because the PSVR 2 wasn't running it correctly.
The
Sony
PC doesn't run it correctly.
Well, there you go.
Fucking map with the camping, we don't even play because it runs like shit.
Yeah, it's too big. Apparently, it loads in too much at the same time. So what they had to do is redesign the layouts so it's like smaller lines of size so that you're not rendering too much shit at the screen at the same time.
Doesn't really feel big though. The fucking the school, I think, or the jail, those are fucking huge maps, and there's no problem. There's something outside. Sometimes there was times that I think there was snowing or something on the map, and that will fuck up the game. There's certain maps, right. But they did a lot of updates, and now there's not a problem, and for the most part. But that map has always been shit. We haven't even tried the map in fucking months, but I think that's why they're redoing it because it's just so shit.
But that's good. Like
optimize or whatever.
The solution there would be just remove that map until it's optimized and then release it as an update or something, and then it's just one map. Yes. Whatever.
Yep.
But I don't get to call the shots, sadly.
Maybe that's just one. Maybe that's using that as a big excuse, but they also still got to work on the the voice thing and all that stuff.
Well, maybe there's other maps because Sony do have that like it has to hit 60 minimum, so maybe they were dropping below 60, and then Sony were like, no, you can't have this on the PSN.
Yep.
Decepticon says we have lols on VR chat, movie nights, Phasmophobia. I've heard about your movie nights, you degenerates. I'm not watching any movie nights.
All your gore porn that you have people watch.
Disgusting.
Price is right, lose horn, muzz, and I don't know what that first word is supposed to be. Your arch enemy says, I'm worried Pumpkin's expectations for Phasmo will break his potato-shaped heart if it turns out to be a dud. I mean, in a way, I'm expecting it to be somewhat of a dud because it is like, the way it is now on PC, it's like still a really janky-looking game, still has lots of bugs, but it's like acceptable. Like, the bugs could be fun, those kind of bugs.
Well, what kind of bugs are you talking about? Because I don't
know, I just hear a lot of... I'm always like, particularly in the last few weeks, I've been on that Discord, like keeping an eye out for any information dropping, and there's always like people saying, "Oh, this didn't work here," and I got locked outside the house when the ghost was hunting, and just random stuff like that. But that could still be funny. Decepticon says Jackpot only told you because I told him. Damn, so you're the real Mystic Meg?
No.
He's the real Mystic Meg over here.
He's talking about. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Breachers, and what he's meaning is that the day that they announced it, he told me about it, and then I told you on the Discord.
Okay.
But I told you for fucking months that
we've both been talking. But didn't the developers say, "Oh, we're looking into a PSVR 2 version"? That's practically confirmation, anyway.
Well, I posted something like a week ago on the Discord, and people are like, "No, it's not coming yet." Blah blah blah. Because I think they were threatened by Sony to say anything.
All right. Threats.
Yeah, I told you. You're welcome.
Well, then, how the fuck remember that abandoned game? How are they allowed to say anything when they clearly were a con artist that had nothing? You remember that?
What abandoned game?
Like the literally it was called Abandoned, and it was like supposed to be a horror game. It was made by some fella, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is secretly Hideo Kojima, and he's making a Silent Hill game."
Oh, you're talking about the flat screen game, right?
Yeah. But my point is,
the trailer was just like 5 seconds of a guy walking over a floor.
Yes. Yeah. But the
Yeah.
point was, like, Sony promoted this themselves in their their fucking blog and stuff. So how are they allowed to get away with this shit? And you're telling me Breachers can't say they're coming to PSVR 2, but they can get away with that?
Listen, regardless, I told you, you're welcome.
All right, listen, whatever. Like, I'm still Breachers is coming. It's good and everything, but I was still so heartbroken over Phasmophobia that it didn't give me any kind of an erection.
Trust me, I understand. It's a good game. I want to play it on the PlayStation VR already because it might look better, and then I'm hoping that they implement the shit with the controllers and the headset and all that shit, the vibrations and that.
But it's a Unity game, so I mean, it's not going to have full phase rendering, I don't think.
Nah, but I'm not worried about that. As long as it looks like the computer a little bit better, it's fine. What I really hope that once this game comes out and a lot of money starts pouring into them, I really hope that they change the way that you get killed, right? And I talked about this already. It's just not. It's scary when you think, oh, you're about to get killed, but then you just I think I'm getting. Oh yeah, I got killed, and you just see the fucking Shrek fingers just coming in here, and it's slowly right. At the first time, it might be scary, but I feel like if they just do like a jump scare, just like literally jump scare right there in front of you, that would really. I just wish they do a lot more stuff. I hope they do a lot of that stuff once all the money comes in.
I think they're working on something like when I was looking through, they were like saying, "Oh, this is coming in Haunting 2.0 or something like an update where they're improving how the ghosts work and stuff." So that
like
shit
6
could
or
happen.
7 different animations that happen that you can kind of just...
Or like specific ghost types kill you different ways or something like. Well, that would give it away though, so they probably wouldn't do that.
Well, but they every time you get killed, like there is a actual like when you get killed. You after the fingers, you go into another like room, and then you see for like 2-3 seconds, and you see a fucking creature, right? A little kid possessed, or the butcher guy from Alva is in there. So that's just like whoa.
Unity's story.
Right, but that doesn't mean the butcher guy. That means it's the twins, right? So it doesn't really matter in that sense. Okay. And you because otherwise like I know what ghost it is because it scared me and it was the twins, right?
Yeah.
I think they can get away with keeping the same creatures thing, but the actual ghost they have to hunt, it's just random, just like it is. Because it's just after playing Devour, I was like, holy shit! If this type of scare they had it in Phasmo, it would just be like perfect because everything about Phasmo is scary, in my opinion, until you get the fingers.
Okay. Finger banged. Until you get finger banged by Shrek at the end. Move Master Mix says, after the shit show at recent releases, I think they're making the right decision. And obviously, yes, that is true and correct and everything, but at the same time, eat shit and die for life. Move Master Mix, and don't ever tell me that again. Danny says, I've been studying this YouTuber who has so much content about Phasmophobia because he explains in detail. I think that's the same fellow I've been watching as well, Danny. I'm not going to watch him anymore now because I'm just like, no, I can't see this. I can't. No, it's like Ilzium, or I don't know how to say his name. It's like too many L's at the beginning. But yeah, that's Phasmophobia. I don't know if there's anything else to say about that.
No tissues. No tissues came out. Disappointed. No tissues.
Yeah, it sucks. It doesn't.
I'm all cried out. Got nothing.
Good,
no more tears.
February 2024, it'll be out.
All right, that's what I'm going with. Jackpot knows he's always right. He's always right.
No, that way your expectations are not there, and if it comes out next week, you'll be like, "Holy shit!"
It's not coming out next week.
Everywhere.
It's not coming out next week. Don't say that.
I'm just saying.
30th. It's gonna be on the 30th.
NSP says Jackpot's Phasmo strategy is hide in the closet, much like his real life strategy. Am I right? NSP says feed the ghost your friends and co-workers, crying into his kids' nappies. They're absorbent. They are absorbent. All right. Speaking of the good news that came with the bad news, Breachers. You'll see now I've got a trailer up there that says Massive Quest. That's because it's already been released on Massive Quest. Is it already on PC as well, or is it just a Quest?
Oh yeah, at the same time.
Okay.
It came out at the same time.
So this is from like a year ago. I'm sure it looks different now and it'll look better on PSVR 2, of course. But Breachers is coming to PSVR 2, and it's coming in November, so they waited until like nearly the end of October to let anyone know. It was revealed. It was revealed in a tweet. We still haven't seen any actual footage of what the PSVR 2 version looks like, but they did mention it's going to have enhanced visuals. They're going to use the adaptive triggers. It'll have trophy support, and you can wishlist it right now if you want. So Jackpot, and you did? Okay, I don't know if I have done yet. I probably will. Jackpot, you are the expert on Breachers here. You've played a lot of us already, so why don't you take it away?
No expert, but I played. No expert.
Is it gonna kill Firewall, Jackpot? Is it gonna?
No, nothing is gonna. I think Firewall is. It's just really fun, dude. But regardless of the issues, and now with the aiming, I mean, it's really really fun. So I don't think it's gonna kill it. But fuck, this game is good, dude. It's literally what I would have want Firewall since the beginning. Oh, I want Firewall to be like Rainbow Six Siege. Now, this is not. You got different contractors with different abilities. No, you do have different skins and stuff like that, right? But you can select your weapons and all that stuff, right? What I really like about this game, fucking everything, but obviously the obvious, right? You can repel, you can destroy different walls, all the different equipment. You got the foam, right? Yeah. And what I think I like about the foam, it kind of like recycles and you can use it again. But the gadgets, you can. It's like in Firewall, right? The gadgets mean a lot. The same in here, but again, destructible walls. You can rappel. You can fucking, do a lot of strategy with, busting up a window and then everybody coming fucking from the, like pushing up from the walls and then coming in. There's just a lot of different strategies. The shooting feels really good. It flows good, right? The mechanics. What I also like about this game is the way that you can get a lot of weapons kind of right away. It's kind of like at the beginning you start, not like gun game, but at the beginning you start with like not a lot. And then immediately you're going to get like money or points. And then every round you can buy different things and attachments and select different equipment as well, right? Okay, this time I'm going to use the fucking, the drone. This time I'm going to use whatever. So it's just basically Rainbow Six without the individual contractors that have the abilities. Everybody can select. Like that guy, look, it's a little bit invisible. There's shotguns. There's the grenades feel great. You toss them like I like to toss the grenades. You literally toss them with your hand, and it feels good. It's not perfect, but it's good, dude. It's literally. It's not gonna kill Firewall because again, Firewall is just really good, regardless if it's not what I wanted it to be. But dude, this game, that's why, and I told you before, I was like, dude, this is the game, and you're gonna be happy. You guys are gonna be happy about because it's just like PSVR 1. we are testing, but we were testing this game because when it came out, it was as stupid as that. You couldn't play with your friends from the beginning. You couldn't squad up. So it will take us 45 minutes just to find a fucking lobby that we can join together, and randomly it will put us on the same team. A lot of those stuff are fixed. Things are being fixed, and the computer looks, obviously nothing's going to look like Firewall, but the graphics are not bad, and they're improving it for the Quest 3 and the PSVR 2. So when the money rolls in, they're gonna keep doing more updates, more maps. This is gonna be, everybody wants to fucking play this game, and they have private lobbies that you don't have to worry about. Oh, you can't level up my fucking XP. I can't level up and buy my weapons. So this is gonna be a popular for the channel because we can do privates without worrying about not earning money or whatever that shit.
All right.
Yeah, because isn't like the currency that you earn is just for cosmetics.
I think so. Yeah, you don't really. I don't know if you can actually spend real money, but there's no. Again, I made a comment about this for Firewall. I love Firewall, but the grind, it feels like a free to play game. I feel very limited with the amount of guns that I just don't have any. You know what I mean? We talked about this, and this is just totally different. I mean, you pretty much,
It's
even though if you
Pavlov.
kind of,
Basically.
it's kind of like Pavlov, yeah, but if it feels slightly different, and it's a lot more obviously tactical-ish because it is kind of like defend the bomb and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But like buying your weapons at the beginning of rounds is like Pavlov.
Yes. You buy it, and then when you pull your weapon up on top of it, you're gonna see kind of like, you remember Firewall, the new the new Battlefield, that you can like put attachments and it kind of just appears on top of your weapon.
Yeah.
It kind of is like that. It just appears on top,
Okay.
and you can select it on the round. And then there's a big kind of like shopping kind of menu in the front, and then you can just click the guns that you want. And dude, it's good. And like I said, the attachments are also make sense, right? They're good. So like, okay, this shit, what the fuck would I want this there for? Like the spray, the foam, the different smoke bombs, the grenades, the mines, like a laser mine thing. I think it explodes. There is kind of like things to block the door, the windows or the doors a little bit more, kind of like a door blocker thing. Again, everything, in my opinion, this is what I wanted in a fucking multiplayer shooter, dude. Everything about this game, not perfect, but trust me, dude. Once this game comes out, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be very popular.
We got some comments addressing what you're saying there. Decepticon says, good game, the bad, lots of kids. Dan says,
Right.
I'm not that impressed with gunplay on Breachers, but haven't played as a lot. What would you say about that gunplay, Jackbot? What do you think? Do you think there's?
It's just like every other game. It's not. It doesn't feel exactly like Pavlov and stuff, but it doesn't feel jank. It's just like getting used to the way that.
Okay.
But it's
learning curve.
free movement and stuff.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot of learning curve, but like Dan is right. When we first play, it's like any game. You kind of get good at the game. Just like Firewall at the beginning, you kind of have to get used to it. Same with Pablo, but yeah, I don't think the aiming is shit or anything. But definitely, it's not a. What I like about this game, it's not people. It's not. There's not. How do you call it? Like people like sweaty people. Like, oh my god, like take it too serious and all. Like yeah, you know what I mean. The game itself, of course, is serious, but you can be very serious about it, obviously. But I feel like it's just more fun,
Okay. LSB
least for
says
me.
Jackpot acts like Breachers is all that. It's not. But it is fun to play, he says.
Because he's a bitch. 'Cause he's a bitch.
Decepticon says
That's
it's just as intense as Firewall, not as deep in guns, but you got the gadgets.
Yeah.
It's a fun game to play with friends, says LSB. Ace Diaz is here. Are you doing Ace? Says, yeah, Bleachers. Potsy says, drop Firewall until it gets severely fixed. Breachers all the way. You got me calling it Bleachers now. Breachers all the way, baby.
I didn't.
LSB says the drones are cool. So yeah. What's the
They say because every time we haven't played a lot because when we first started the game had the issues like that, and when we came back and played, for the most part we're getting our asses kicked. So of course they're not gonna say, oh yeah, but I would guarantee if we were winning and kicking ass, they were like, oh, this game is a shit,
Dan is saying it just feels a little off to me on the aiming, but it may have settings to adjust. Can't remember. Warrim says Jackpot is the recoil more similar to Pavlov or Firewall?
Fuck, I don't remember. What time is it? Depends on what time we finish. I might play tonight, if not tomorrow.
He's getting in the mood.
But I remember. I don't remember, dude.
All right.
But I don't have I've playing this game. It wasn't like, oh fuck, this sucks, or oh, no offense. like when the first time I played Firewall, I was like, fuck, this doesn't feel right. It wasn't like, oh, this is slightly different. Let me kind of. It just didn't feel right for me at all. Not this game. This game is just kind of like, okay, let me kind of get used to it. But I mean, again, maybe I'm just liking the game more than other people. But look at the reviews, look at everything. This is a good review game, especially now with all the updates. Yeah,
I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I haven't looked into it too much. I did watch you stream it like months ago. Decepticon says, I'm good at this. Jackbot needs to play more. Decepticon says, champ. He's arrow pointing to himself, and then not champ, arrow pointing to the Jackbot emoji. SDS can't wait for breachers.
I thought he was saying champ not, pointing at himself, and then champ pointing at...
So how much do you think this will be when it comes to PSVR 2? What is it on Quest?
Let me check. I think it's $20, but I think it might be 30 for
PlayStation tax.
For the PlayStation, yeah. I mean, and it's fine. They're gonna add more stuff. On the Oculus is $30. So I think it might be $30 too. They might charge us 40, which I don't think they will. I think 30 will be the smartest thing. I think if they do 40, they're gonna shoot themselves in the fucking foot.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm curious as what this improved graphics or improved visuals is gonna look like. Like just better lighting, maybe.
Could just be like resolution, maybe.
Yeah.
If they use foveated rendering or something.
That'll be cool.
Decepticon thinks it's going to be $20. But if it's already 30 on Quest, then it's not going to be less than Quest. I don't think.
No.
That would be well. I don't know how it's, but $25 will be fucking flying off the shelves.
That's the sweet spot. So when you don't have anything to aim for in terms of progression, do you still think it'll have like legs? You know, like you think you'll be playing it 100 hours in?
Yes, especially because, and maybe Decepticon remembers about the whole progression stuff, because there is something to progress, but once the money comes in, I think, and all the people are playing it, they have to. I mean, I don't think they're going to take the money and run. They have to add this stuff that we are going to complain about. So if that's one thing that we complain, add more stuff to progress, yeah, but this game, again, nobody really complains for the most part about being sick of it. It's just like I said, it's just a fun game. It's a fun game to play, right? Okay. It's like mini golf, right? It's a good time. It's fun as fuck. Like, look at the trailer right now. You see how they're picking guns and shit?
Yeah.
So it's obviously yeah, some people want to progress, and then there might be some progression, but except for me, this game, and I think for a lot of people, it's just really, really fucking fun. And I think for us, or for you and the channel, and for us playing together, it will be a very popular game because you can fit a lot of people in here without worrying about
is it
missing out.
4v4? 5v5. So that's 10 people.
Yeah. Those are Pavlov numbers we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude.
LSP says it'll be the same price as the Quest version. SDS says is better than Alvo. I can said that. I assume he means I can say that. Decepticon says we bought for 10. Damn, I didn't know Pirates bought anything for any money. It was mad cheap when it first came out. It's always mad cheap for you, isn't it, Decepticon? LSP says Jackbot gave us some free meta money. Well.
Because listen, sometimes you gotta convince people, like you gotta show them the hard way. Because Decepticon, he was bitching, like he was like, dude, you gotta play Population 1. He's like, yeah, it looks like shit.
That was a good.
This guy's an idiot. And I was like, all right, he doesn't understand. So I had to. Thankfully, I had extra money and I bought it for him. And he's like, oh, this game is cool and it's a shit. Thank you. He wanted to send me naked pictures. Like, no, fucking no. Just enjoy the game. And now he changed his mind. So. Yes, again, I know it. I'm not, fuck you. I'm not going to buy you anything because I don't have the money. But if somebody will buy you a Quest, you'll be like, oh my God, I love the Quest. You know, everybody buy one. Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else I want to say about this?
One negative I've heard was the animations for the characters aren't the greatest. Like when you get shot or like when you get killed, like it all is like very generic. Like everyone falls over the same way, like when you get shot kind of thing.
No ragdoll.
No ragdoll. Not like a Pavlov kind of style. Like.
Okay.
Pavlov is awesome, dude, with the fucking dismemberment.
And the gore. Yeah.
It does have crossplay too, I think. I forgot to put that in the bullet points, but I think it is confirmed to have crossplay, which is a big selling point too.
Yeah.
we'll be able to play with the likes of LSP and Decepticon. Decepticon just said, no, it's Ragdoll. It's good Ragdoll.
Is it?
Is it?
There you go.
I
Why are you
forgot.
spreading
You're gonna have
to
play it
misinformation,
again,
Muzz? Why are you
bitches.
lying to us, Muzz?
I'm just going by
Who's
my
paying you? Who's
my
paying you to say
shitty
this?
memory. I'm going by my shitty memory. I heard somebody say that it's like very canned animations, but maybe
Okay, maybe they're talking about something else.
yeah, I'm tired.
dead.
I'm tired.
It's Decepticon. Don't fucking ever believe anything he
Yeah,
says.
he could be wrong too. All right. Is there anything else we want to say about Breachers?
Buy it. Wish list it. As soon as it
Wish
comes
list
out,
it.
buy
Okay.
it. You're gonna thank me later. This is no waste of money. This is nothing. It's good.
All right. Well, hopefully we get like some actual gameplay soon that shows off the improvements and whatnot on PSVR 2. Your arch enemy says, had a Quest 1, it was okay, but barely played as Firewall was its downfall for me. There you go. There you go.
The other side.
Let me get Breachers off the screen and let's talk back, because we briefly mentioned Switchback earlier on, I think. And
Good
we'll give it its
timing.
own
Donnie
topic.
wants us to switch topics.
Damn, Switchback topics, am I right, Donnie? Okay, so Switchback got a big new update yesterday, I think, in an added Horde mode. So it's got a new mode. So I'll give you some details about that now. So Extreme G roller coaster drops. Hold on tight as your cart hits new speeds and even bigger drops. Enter the intense rooms of hell. Each room gets progressively harder. Will you survive them all or die trying? Even though I heard it just goes on and on, like you can't actually win. It just keeps going until you die. Power up. Shoot multiple headshots to unlock the most powerful gun in the game for your next encounter, and don't blink. With blinking counter attacks, keep those eyes open or death will be quick. Game is still on sale right now, by the way, if you're interested.
How much?
We talked about it last week, so just watch last week's episode to see what the price was. Okay, I'm not
Have you guys
laughing
both
like,
finished it? How long is it?
I don't even
Is
have
that
it, but I'm thinking of getting it now because, well, first of all, Phasmophobia. I got my funds for Phasmophobia cleared up all of a sudden. So I might get this. I'm thinking about Spider-Man as well, though I know it's flat and everything, but I'm tempted by that Spider-Man 2 action.
So I have to finish the first one. Damn, $27.99.
There you go. It's not bad.
I think it's worth it. I just finished the main game this morning actually, and then I tried out the new Wave Horde mode.
What do you think? Give us the skinny on us, Muzz.
Horde mode's pretty cool. They were right when they said about the much steeper roller coaster falls, and it's like pretty fast. Like when you're zipping to the next location, they don't hold back on the no training wheels on this one for like the newbies for VR.
Well, that's got to be like one of the main criticisms I remember Switchback when it came out is that it didn't have the ups and downs that Until Dawn Rush of Blood had.
Yeah,
it was kind of more like maybe more slowly going through areas and stuff. And like
I can't remember how much time, because I played it like very like sporadically, so I don't know. I can't remember like compiled all my play sessions, how much time I put in total. I don't know if I'm just checking the PlayStation app here to see if it gives me a timer, but I don't think it will on the app.
While you're doing that, can I ask you a question? Well, seeing as well, I don't know how much time you put into the Horde mode, but if you were to give it an out of 10 rating, now that you've finished the main game and you've played the Horde mode, if you like take it as a complete package, what would you give that out of 10?
I'd say 7.5.
All right, solid for 27 euro. Whatever it is.
Not the longest game, but I mean even the first game wasn't the longest game.
No, short and sweet.
But it does obviously give you like a very multiple like branching paths, so you can easily go back through it again and choose like to go left instead of right, and you'll see like other things attacking you or different scenarios. So there's replay there, and then the Horde mode, it's nothing special, I wouldn't say. Like it's like your typical like you go into a room, you stop, and then you just basically fend them off until you clear the room, and then you go on to the next one. And each round, I only did one round, but one round is pretty long. Like you go into one room, a big area, and then they start attacking you from all the different directions and multiple kinds of zombies or dead guys. When I killed them all, I thought I was, okay, that's stage one done. And then the roller coaster kept going and then just went to a different room, and then more came out, but it was still round one. So round one is like multiple rooms until finally you get to the end, and then it says round two. when round 2 starts. Basically.
So is there any signs of like boss encounters or like big enemies
Not yet.
or something like that? Okay.
No, maybe that comes further down. I don't know, but you think if there was bosses, like at least a little mini boss would have came out at the end of round 1, but
okay.
they were
Maybe
just.
not, so Chap has got to bounce. GC, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you, Chap, for stopping by.
Later, Chap.
Chop.
Okay. So yeah,
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth picking it up. Yeah. Like and visually, they definitely improved the visuals. Like it's not like the best looking game, but I wouldn't say it's like horrible looking anymore. Like it's pretty clear. Like and they have like cool like mist effects and stuff going on that looks pretty nice. So
my only problem now is that Vertigo 2 is out next week. Madison is probably out next week as well. Do I want to? I think I probably want to save my money, or at least wait for reviews of those games and see if I want to spend some. Obviously, I'll try and get review codes, but that doesn't work out all the time, especially not for the bigger games.
The gunplay isn't the greatest either. Like I think the way that you're shooting your guns and how the guns feel, it feels very much like the first game. Like I don't think they did much work in making the guns feel better from that game. Of course, I haven't played the first one in a long time, so I don't even know if I'm gauging that right. But it still feels last gen the way that the guns feel. That's what I'm saying. Like it's very like and also when you're shooting, like sometimes you run into like the boss encounters like through the campaign. It doesn't give you like hit markers when you shoot them. So like you're shooting away at them. And a lot of the time, you lose track of like where your bullets are going because they spread like all over the place because you're just shooting the trigger so fast, and you can't even really tell how many of your bullets are hitting the enemies because there's no like sound that comes with it. So then suddenly and they don't react either. Like they're just doing like their animations, and you're just shooting them nonstop. Yeah. So like suddenly it will just like trigger, like they'll like do like and then it will move on to like stage 2 of the fight. But like you don't have like that tactile kind of like feedback, like saying that you're helping them a lot.
From, thank you for renewing your membership. Bit of baby cow for all to enjoy. Thank you very much. But you've reminded me of something there, Muzz. Tradition said it actually. It was I tweeted about this update, and he asked, did they fix the issue, which I didn't even know was a thing, where apparently the adaptive triggers, the breakpoint for them are not matched up with the breakpoint of the guns in the game or something, like they feel out of sync or something like that. I don't know if you've experienced that or noticed this or whatever, but that's something he's wondered about.
I didn't play much of it. Like I bought it before the update, and I can't really remember back because I didn't play very much of it. Okay. Because I knew they were doing. By the time I bought it, I knew that they were going to be doing an update, so I didn't play anymore. But with an update, I didn't find any problems with the triggers. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Okay. Well, that's promising, I suppose, if you didn't notice an issue with that. Decepticon asked, did Jackpot even play the first one? Did you play Rush of Blood?
Yeah.
Jackpot? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
You like that?
I think I almost finished it. Yeah, it was pretty good. Scary as shit.
Those auto weapons are like my best friends in the game, though, because you are pulling those triggers like so much. Your fingers get like
tired
sore.
Fingers.
Yeah,
tired
you literally, because like there's not very many like quiet areas other than like going from one place to another. But once they start attacking you, like there's no stopping. Like you're just constantly shoot. Okay. So like when you get the machine guns or like the SMGs or something, you can hold the trigger down. It's so much better because you just like
take a break.
Yeah.
All right, so Switchback. Thinking of how long does it still last? I wonder. I want to figure out how good these other games are. I don't know what I'm going to get in October yet. Anyway,
I'm a lot more excited to play the Seventh Guest. It comes out tomorrow after watching some of the reviews online.
Yeah. I don't have that down as a topic, but if you want to go into it, then feel free.
Well, I watched GT's review on it earlier, and he's basically saying like this is like a legit contender for my game of the year.
All right. So, okay. I skimmed through without paroles, and they gave it like a 7 something out of 10. So I was like,
They gave it a 7. Okay, they were a little lower than GT then.
Maybe it was like a 7 point something. I could be remembering wrong, but I don't think it wasn't like game of the year contender.
Yeah, it is. It's very puzzle heavy. So if you're not a puzzle guy, then it's not going to be for you because I don't think there's.
Not for me.
Sorry, Jackpot. Sorry.
I don't think there's any combat in it. As far as I know, there's no combat. Like I'm pretty sure it's just like a.
You just
It's
go
like a
around with like a
mystery.
lamp or something.
Yeah, you're just like solving a mystery and doing lots of puzzles. But the atmosphere and the vibe of the game looks really cool. The mansion that you're walking around is like proper like creepy looking.
Yeah.
Like
Those live action people that they have in there kind of look really cool as well. The ghosts or like the memories of the past or some shit. The way they've done
you
it.
have that like the magic lamp that you're shining on things. Like you'll go over a picture of like a normal looking portrait of somebody, and when you pass the light over, their face will go like demonic or something.
Okay.
That kind of like interaction.
Cool.
And I think you can also like because the house that you're in is like been like deserted for like years and years, so everything's like dead. So when you shine it over like a dead plant on the table, suddenly the leaves and like petals will all come back on it as you pass over it, because it's like it's looking back in time basically.
Daniel just said the same thing. Your torch shows the past. He said so.
Yeah, it shows the past.
That's
so
cool.
You
That's
see
a cool
everything
effect.
like how it used to be.
Nice. SDS says you look like a Chicano way. What the fuck does that mean? I
Chicano?
don't know what that
A
means.
Mexican?
A Chicano?
No idea.
An American. That's what he means.
He means I look like an American.
Me, like a Mexican, because he asked me last time. Because I
He's talking to you.
explained that I wanted to, I explained that I wanted to have a Mexican flag because I'm from Mexico. I'm a Mexican, and you said in my channel I don't allow that. Blah blah blah. So I was like, okay.
I stand
No
by
flags
us.
allowed.
I stand by us.
And
No
then I put the
flags.
American flag.
I will
and he's
not
like,
reverse my
no,
decision.
American flag. So yes, says yes. I'm from Mexico, but this guy doesn't allow me to represent my country.
Don't.
Otherwise, he won't allow me to
don't.
be here.
It's all
So
about
this is
the,
what I have to settle with.
Yeah, get more viewers. The Mexican flag scares viewers away.
No being patriotic around
no.
here, Jackpot.
I missed his earlier comment where he said, "Are you Mexican or Puerto Rican?" Puerto Rican. Rogue, top of the morning to you, Rogue. Give us your lighter, you can. Decepticon says it's good, Catman.
What did you just say?
I asked Rogue to lend me his lighter.
Oh,
Um,
in a thick accent.
in the most polite way I could. It's good, Catman. Who's Catman? What's he saying? I don't know what he's saying. Effing racist, says Ace Diaz. It's not about racism. It's not about that. It's just about the numbers.
It's all about the numbers, according to Pumpkins.
Decepticon says weapons are fun, stages are different. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Still talking about
Oh, the same game.
Brave
Switchback?
is Catman. Oh, Brave. I forgot about the cat incident. He's asking about how's Vertigo 2. Okay, I missed that. I'm sorry, I missed it. I wasn't involved in that conversation at all. So let's move on to Galaxy Kart. I've not looked into this game at all. Apparently it's been out for a while. I heard it was like bad when it came out, so I was like, all right, so I'll leave it alone. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But I think they might have done like one of those big updates that overhauls things and tries to save it or whatever. So it's a big update. It's got 2 new maps. All the maps are unlocked from the beginning now for everyone, I guess. The full game has gone through like a rebalancing. And there is a demo coming soon, which apparently was supposed to already be out, but it got delayed a little bit. But if you play the demo, you will be able to play multiplayer with people who have the full game, so you can experience what that's like.
oh, cool. I don't have to play the game. I don't have to buy the game anymore. I can just play a couple rounds.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm assuming the demo only has like limited track
Yeah, one
selection
track.
or something, but I'll at least check it out for a free demo. You know,
Why
smart.
not?
It reminds me of touring carts, but like maybe a little bit graphically, a little bit more
Waste
polished.
$20 on that game.
It was a great game.
Because we
We had
played
a
it
great
once.
time. We had a great
played it
time.
once.
We played it twice. And both times were good, except for when I got the chicken sweats and felt sick.
Yeah, this game looks just like that.
It
Too.
does.
And there's
It
2
does.
reviews on Steam,
Okay.
and wow, this game is so energetic and fun. Okay, cool.
That was from the developer.
Another
That
one.
was from the developer.
This is another cousin. This is from the cousin's developer. This is a fun Mario Kart type arcade racer. This is pure arcade kart racing. Shit. There's no challenging. He says the challenge here is avoiding taking damage and dishing out as much as possible. So basically touring cars.
Yeah, but better. And obviously we're not on PSVR 1 hardware where we're using the moves and it was all on inaccurate shit. this is going to be on PSVR 2, so probably worth a look, I think.
Depends on the price. $10.
You lied, you
$10.
fucking bugging cunts. It's important. How you doing important? $10. I don't know what the price is. Is it $10? Did you look that up? Is that on Steam? Is it?
No, I'm that's what it should be. Otherwise, no. It's right now on Steam for $13.99, but
Close.
PS is gonna be $20.
We'll wait and see. Is it out? I think it's out now, so we'll already know. It's like it's been out for a while.
Yeah, no, it's already out.
Decent update on carrot, says Move Master Mix, so he knows what's up. SDS says Que Viva Mexico Way. LSB says I'll just play Mario Kart. Thank you very much, but you won't play it in VR. There was like a Mario Kart VR Nintendo did, and like you went into like a real kart or something because it was like it was a thing you had to go to, like an arcade machine type thing. Apparently, it was amazing, but
Yeah,
Nintendo won't do the right thing.
I like what is it? A hot dog, a Mexican hot dog? Apparently, a hot dog with a sombrero.
Is that what it is?
I think it was. I'm a big that one.
Move Master Mix says it needs wheel support. I think wheel support is coming. I think.
Yeah, that'll help if it has wheel support.
Decepticon says team is from Brazil. I think that's where the touring cart developer was. I think they were Brazilian too. So
wait,
I don't know
how is it gonna work? How is it going to work with wheel support? Because you need to have your hands free to throw
I
things.
don't think maybe you can target it manually or something.
Or you can have one hand
lock on
and drive
one hand on the wheel.
But it'll be hard. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it won't happen. Donnie remembers the chicken sweats. Who could forget? I don't really have anything else to say about this. So let's move on to the next topic, which is Crossfire, another game that's got an update. The update fixes a bunch of issues or whatever, but the main thing is that they've added manual reloading. I don't have any footage to show you of the manual reloading, so you just have to take my word for it that it's in the game.
First contact.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Wait. So before it was just.
I think before it was like a half manual reload.
Okay, so it was already like a kinda ish.
Yeah. So maybe they were already developing manual reload, so they had it like that halfway thing as a placeholder until it was ready. I don't know. Listen, I have no idea how difficult it is to implement. Going from Firewall to going to manual. So, but everyone's happy, it seems. And even what you're seeing now, the sniping with the black house scope, they've even patched that out in a previous update. So now that the scopes work like Pavlov, so Crossfire is getting some really good updates, and everyone's really
manual
really
reload
happy
is
about it.
fun.
Yeah.
It's not limited to little kids. Oh, it's easier for kids to get in. No, it's fun.
I didn't say kids, I say casuals. All right.
Casuals love manual reload.
There's a lot of old people. A lot of old people that don't like it. Listen, I'm telling you, I've got into fights over people saying it's ridiculous. Manual reloading is so silly. I just feel like an idiot in my sitting room waving my hands around. There's no tactile feedback, and then if I whiff, I feel less immersed than I would have if I just pressed the button. So there's arguments.
Okay, so that is less immersive than.
I'm not saying that. That's not my argument. I'm just saying that is an argument.
I get it.
It is an argument.
I get it. Sometimes you don't want to move around. I completely get it. Just give me the option. But anyways,
I've always hated the argument. I always hated the argument about, I'm gonna look stupid in my apartment. Well, who the fuck's gonna see you? You're just in your apartment playing a game.
Yeah.
Get over yourself and enjoy it.
But I do see
that's what IGN people. I always hate them.
Yeah,
you're gonna look. If you can get over looking stupid with your headset on, it's okay, yeah.
Because they don't put people that actually play VR, dude. They did a review about what was it, Borderlands or something, that they were like, oh, there's no smooth turn. I was like, you have to turn it on. I think GT bitched up, but I was like, what do you mean? They just don't have people there to review games that actually fucking do VR. So what do you expect?
And they don't care either, because when they get it wrong, it's like, who's going to complain? GT, maybe 4 or 5 other people, whatever. It's just nothing to them.
Yeah, corporate bitches.
But yeah, I do see that argument though, that if you mess up the reload, or if the tracking wasn't perfect for the split second, you needed to get the magazine in, and then you're frustrated and annoyed, then that can take you out of it, because it's not your fault.
How many times does that happen to you? And Pavlov,
so many times with the bolt action.
The immersion.
So many times with the bolt action. No, because if I was holding a real gun, I would have known when it went all the way. I would have felt like a click or something.
Oh my god!
But it's true. It's true. It's that specific weapon. It's not a big deal. I still prefer manual reloading, but I'm saying it still happens. All right.
Yeah,
But it is still
asking
user
for it.
error though. Like I don't think the game is doing anything
It
wrong.
is,
It's
yeah,
just
it
not
is.
good.
Thank you, much.
It
You gotta
is.
get better.
But well, what if it's like I lost
I
track
think-
and for a split second, and I
Okay,
thought I had it all
okay,
the way,
then too
but it
bad.
wasn't
One
all the
time
way,
out
you
of
know?
1% of the times it will happen. Okay,
I'm
get
just
over it. I
saying. I'm
prefer
saying
to
when you
feel
hit the
that.
button though, when you hit the button, it's 100%. Alright.
Okay, you're a bitch.
That's all I'm saying. Listen, I'm saying there's two sides to every story. Okay,
Yeah, and your side is
not my side.
not as
Not
popular
my
as
side.
most
It is
people.
not my side. All
You're
right?
just defending. You're just
I'm
defending
just
that
saying,
side.
I can
You're the-
understand that argument. All right, I don't
Listen,
agree
and
with
it's
the
not
looking
bad.
stupid. I don't agree with that.
I can
Obviously.
get over it. It's a Firewall is great and it's fun even without when dude. If they actually bring manual reload the way that Pavlov has it, fuck. I don't think it
Yeah.
will happen, but fuck, dude. Again, for me,
They should have
everybody's different.
focused.
That's fun
They
as shit.
would have just focused on the manual reload instead of focusing on the eye tracking. They would have been nailed it. They would have nailed it right out of the gate.
Yeah, I do kind of like that they just went for it because they didn't know. Even though for me it wouldn't make sense, but I don't fucking know. But I like that they tried different shit, you know, and the technology is new. So let's try something. It doesn't work. Hey, we try something
Yeah.
and we have the balls to try it because otherwise, you know, new things don't fucking happen because everybody just does the same shit. So I agree with
agree.
you, Muzz. I would have preferred not, but I don't see it as a bad thing, especially now that for us, the majority of people, we don't like it, and we would have preferred, including myself, like you said, they would have done the manual reload. But I still don't really shit on them for it because of that, because it's just, you know, it takes balls to just go. Balls, I
And
guess.
it's
I wouldn't
stock
done
friendly,
it.
too.
I would have just go. Yeah. But
Very
yeah, no,
stock.
I definitely, I agree with Mus. It would have been
And
awesome.
yeah, you made a good point as well about the eye tracking. That, you know, some of the stuff, like they threw a lot of eye tracking stuff at the wall, and at least a couple of things stuck. I'm obviously okay. A lot of stuff we're not happy with, but you know, I like the flashbang thing. You close your eyes. That's a cool thing. I like it. The Sentinel thing, like marking people your eyes, I kind of like that too. That's pretty cool. It's
the
not big
menus
things,
and
little
stuff.
things, but yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, Crossfire.
Back to
Crossfire.
Crossfire.
We're going to talk,
about this.
but we do have an ultra topic, so we can get to that then. Crossfire gunplay is good, says War Room. Movemaster Mix says, surprise good game. Realism mode is great. Important says, manual sucks because you can't use a stock, or you have to use $100 magnetic stock and be at a disadvantage. Aim controller greater than manual reloads is important. So there you go. That's another reason, it's another argument. Whether you agree with it or not, it is. You can see the point.
It is.
I see his point. Though, yeah.
Danny says, I feel like different styles of games require different mechanics, and that's what makes them different. They should all play the way the devs intend. And that's a valid enough point too. You know, if that's what they want, that's their game, they can do it.
That's why I say I made my peace knowing that that's the game that we have, and it's good. It's not what I wanted, but fuck, go cry on the river. Not everybody gets what we want, right?
Yeah.
And that's why there's other games. But it's still, like, say, not a bad game. I love Firewall, and hopefully it doesn't take too long, which it doesn't seem to. They're fixing. I mean, I don't know, Mus. You tell me because you already played it, but I really like the aiming now. It's nice.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Big
Definitely happy with the aiming.
improvement.
Yeah, it makes the game a lot.
There's just
different.
one tiny little thing that they still need to fix for me, but once they get to that, then
Perfect.
Then
10 out
I
of
think
10.
then it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be great.
Okay. Next topic. I think we're getting through these pretty fast today.
Anyways, hold on before we go Crossfire. There's a co-op, right? Co-op?
Yes, co-op.
There is co-op.
And-
If they can do a big update in the future where they throw in like a multiplayer, even like a 4v4, like a simple kind of thing,
or
that'd be
Horde.
pretty sweet. Yeah.
How
I don't know.
long is the
I don't know if
co-op?
the team
You guys
of
know?
theirs is big enough to like do that kind of thing, or like if that would be like worth their while to do. But
All right. You guys know how long is the co-op? Because this game, I've heard really good reviews about it with the man reload, everything. If the co-op is kind of longish, not fucking like couple missions, whatever, I think this could be fun.
I think 4-player co-op is like a horde mode type thing, but then 2-player co-op is like you can take them through the missions, like maybe 13 missions. I could be completely wrong about that. 13 is in my head though, but I don't know about the length. I don't know how long they are.
Okay. Yeah, this could be a good one to
There's
eventually
Tibble.
try.
Oh shit! Is that what's the name again? Or Tybalt?
Tybalt. That's Tybalt.
Oh, you
They're
puss.
Show him us. Damn, look at those.
Look at what?
I was gonna say, look at those eyes. They were like yellow.
There you got a delay or something. I can't see them.
Yellowish eye.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, Crossfire. Is that all we have to say about that?
Yeah.
It's another game on my
Looks
list
good.
of games I need to get around to, including Switchback,
Yep.
Yeah.
Crossfire as well.
Yeah.
Unlike this next game, Tennis on Court is out now, and apparently it is not that good.
Yeah.
Mostly it is ruined by bugs, I think, is the main issue. It simply doesn't work in many instances. I've watched the Without Parole review. They have like a 3.5 out of 10.
That's what I watched
which
as well.
Which is rough.
I was thinking about buying this one too because I was like, yeah, I like tennis, and it makes more sense
Yeah,
than
but
that
it's
Sea Smash.
expensive.
But yeah,
$35, and like you said, on the
35.
Quest, 3.8 stars on the Quest. So yeah, pretty not great, I
Not
guess.
great, no.
They just recently threw up a trailer for it on the PlayStation YouTube channel.
It's going to do wonders. People are like, oh, cool, a tennis game on PSVR 2. Let's try
Yeah.
this out.
And then they're going to be
Yeah.
disappointed
Yeah.
because
Apparently,
apparently
return it.
the single player seems to work better, but the multiplayer is just like jank as hell. Maybe they can patch it, but I guess like when you see other players like swing their racket, but it's like super delayed. So like looks like the ball like goes past them, and then they'll swing their racket, and then it'll like
Oh, yeah.
hit the ball. It's just like, oh jeez.
I think the funniest
Did
thing...
you guys play the other one?
What
The
other
first one, the whatever was like Dream Match Tennis or some shit on the
No,
PSVR one.
one? No.
never played that one.
Okay.
The funniest thing I think
Apparently-
from the Without Parole reviews, like there's like you can do these tournaments where it's like beginner and it goes all the way up to pro, but then he's like he tried them all and they're just all the exact same. There's no difference between any of them. They're all the same
Yeah.
difficulty, the same opponents, everything's the same.
It doesn't actually get harder. It's just telling your mind.
Yeah.
It's like psych yourself out that it's going to be hard.
So yeah, this is one to avoid. I think at least for now, maybe they can patch us and sort things out, but as it is right now,
Yeah.
avoid tennis on court unless you like.
Who was it in I think it was Brace Robin in Discord said something about that racket balls coming to the PlayStation.
Yes, I have that down as a topic as well.
Yes. Awesome.
Which we can just jump to now, I suppose, since we're talking about
Yeah.
tennis.
Since it kind of
So-
goes together.
Yes. Apparently this was already announced as well. I didn't know, but the trophies popped up on that PSN profile website or whatever it is that tracks trophies. So there's no date, but when it pops up there, it's usually within a month or something. That's what the people are saying. This game was a PSVR 1 game, so there may be a free upgrade to the PSVR 2 version. I don't know. Did you play this on PSVR 1? I didn't.
Nope. I did not.
Jackpot?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Oh, I did.
You did.
Although I'm just realizing now that he was saying racquetball. This is ping pong. Racquetball
Yeah,
is
this is
something
ping
totally
pong.
different.
This is Racket
Racket
Fury.
Fury. Racket Fury.
Racket Fury.
Table tennis.
The mechanics were really
Racket
good. The
Fury.
way that the ball feels, the way that it hit it, it was really, really fucking. And
Oh, so
it
you
was
did play this?
fucking. Yeah, dude, I'm fucking beast at ping pong and table tennis in real life.
All right.
I play this game.
I'm pretty good too at ping pong.
Well, if you've ever played this game, it feels pretty realistic. You do need
Nice.
some space though, because even though you have the space, I mean, at least for me, I feel very uncomfortable. I feel like I'm gonna hit a wall. Because this game, if you have the space and you really let go and don't worry about hitting the walls, it's very immersive. It does feel very realistic, and it's not easy. Obviously, there's different. You play against robots, and every robot it's harder. And there was one I forgot, like maybe the 6th or 7th. I couldn't beat. It's just like literally playing against fucking Olympic, like fucking those who are like Chinese people are fucking amazing at this.
Yeah.
Forrest
Like
Gump on steroids.
When this game came out, I really wanted like that. All I could think about is why can't we get that Rockstar table tennis game in VR, because that game was pretty solid, and that would be awesome in VR.
Yeah.
This might be a silly question, but what's the difference between ping pong and table tennis? Are they the same thing?
I don't know. I think it's the same thing.
is the
It's
same.
way
It's the
that
same.
Okay.
We name it.
Whatever
But what
you
I
name it.
what I really like about this game was, and if you played ping pong or table tennis before a lot, you can do different type of serves. You can hit the
spin
ball
it.
in a serve, spin it. You can do everything in this fucking game, dude. I mean,
Nice.
for normal people. Maybe if you're just a fucking pro at this shit, maybe there's some really intense moves that it might not pick up. But everything that I try, that it's every type of curve, everything, it's good, dude. It just they nailed the way that the game feels realistically.
Nice.
Okay, that's only gonna be
The
better
battle
with
and
sense control.
everything. Fuck yeah, because
like,
the
like
battle when you
all-
hit the ball like that,
all-
it feels very realistic. So because it vibrates.
like all the game is like physics. So like if the physics aren't good, then what do you have? Like a game that's broken. So
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because the rest is just. I mean, look at it. It's just like
you're basically standing there hitting a ball. Yeah.
against fucking robots. It's
No
not
legs.
even. But But yeah, I mean, obviously it can grow. You can, obviously you could customize your characters, or not. You can, but if they wanted to, they can update the game and do stuff like that. But like you say, the most important thing is the way that it feels, and it's good, dude. It's really good.
All right. We got some Racket Fury fans in the chat, or at least ping pong fans. Donnie loves us. Movemaster Mick is a
I
fan.
think I streamed it, and I streamed it. And I think the devs reposted it. I was a savage, dude. I was fucking
Don't believe us, but
okay.
maybe
I'll put it on
maybe that's your one talent. Maybe that's your one talent. That could be it.
Now, when you're playing the game, or the robots that you're playing, can you move them around the table? Like, can you back up from the table? Like when the rallies start getting really intense, can you get a good 5 or 6 feet back behind the table to be doing those big shots that you're
Great
just
question.
wailing?
And yeah, because in table tennis, you sometimes the strategy depends. Sometimes you get really close to the table to just fucking smack it. Sometimes you gotta get behind like a bunch of feet. That's what I said. If you really have the space, if you really have the space and you feel comfortable about it, dude, it's gonna be great. Because there's some times that you really have to step up 5 feet behind the fucking table so you can really swing. So you really can pretty much go anywhere. It's not limited to just this corner, like a tennis game, like Mario tennis games or whatever, that you just move the character to the side, kind of a little bit. No, you're free to go, forward and back, and you can adjust the table, up or down. You can adjust the angle of your racket or whatever the fuck, however you call it in English. And then there's a paddle. No, not paddle. A paddle.
Paddle.
And then there's customizable balls, I think. It's trust me, if you play table tennis most, this is it. This is
all right.
Good. Yeah,
you're selling me on it.
It's good, especially if it's not really expensive.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'd imagine this game wouldn't be more than maybe a $14.99 game, right? I don't think it's
it has online, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, just making sure it's not single.
So wait, I was kind of multitasking and working. So why are you showing this game? Is it coming to the PSVR 2?
Yes.
Sorry, something came up that for a minute.
The trophies got leaked for a PSVR 2 version. So it's
so they're
probably coming
updating
in the next month.
Okay. Let me see.
Hopefully, can you do
great.
Can you do 2-player, or two versus 2 in it?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
That'd be cool if they added that to it. That'd be chaotic if you had 2 people.
It sounds like I don't have the space for this game.
Not in that box that you're playing.
So I'm gonna give this.
I mean, you could, but it's not gonna be. It's not. You're not gonna really take advantage.
I'll break my
of it.
TV. I'll break my TV.
And you're gonna. Yeah. You need.
You'll break something because it's so easy just to lunge over and try to take a wild swing at something in table tennis. So you would definitely hit something.
The more space, trust me, like I said, if you have the space for it, literally the space, and you're mentally not worry about it, and you play table tennis before, this game is really good. $20 on the Meta Quest.
Warroom says that somebody in the Discord said that's a free upgrade. So for people who already own it, it should be free.
Nice.
If you can trust whoever was in the Discord who said that, by the way.
We'll see how much is on the PSN store.
I had no idea that Jackpot had this ping pong passion,
Okay, when I was a kid, my dad abandoned me in the hotels because he used to go to work and do timeshares, and I would just stay at the hotels, do whatever you want. And I was in Mexico, so there was activities, and I was the champ at the fucking ping pong. I was
he was like Forrest Gump. He was the Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump of Mexico.
And all the Americans
double handing
in.
against the wall. Just double handing. Everyone.
All the Americans will come in.
Crowds form around him. Everyone eating popcorn while he's playing.
You hustling all the Yankee Doodles coming in.
I was. At 9 years old, they'll give me
Playing for
money.
cigarettes. Playing for cigarettes. Jackpot Gump.
Fuck.
Says LSB.
Good times.
But yeah, anything else to say about this? I'm gonna be honest with you, it was a very boring topic for me, but I'm glad it was nice to see you two passionate about something. Especially
Because
Jackpot.
you're a bitch. Anything that involves physical activities, you don't
I just
like.
need
but
space.
listen, it's
All
not
right, I
that.
just need the space. I'd have you know I was a
it.
championship Spark player for a while. I had all the moves. I set the high score. People
Where?
copied
went
my
into
technique.
house or
I had a
what?
cool backhand technique. I was setting the record, and I posted it to the Reddit. And people are like, "Oh, I've beaten your record." And then we went back and forth for a while.
It was
Where I
probably
posted my
before the game
footage,
came out.
and people are like, "Oh, you're doing because I was doing like a backhand technique that they weren't doing, and that added more power to it." And they were like, "Damn!" And I invented that technique. They call it the pumpkin.
I
They
don't
call it the
believe
pumpkin.
You don't have to
Pumpkin swing.
Shut up.
No one calls. No one
Oh,
calls it that.
that's what they call
I
it.
don't believe.
It's what
No
they
one. No
call
one
it.
plays it anymore. So no
Well,
one.
yeah, but so yeah, you can't prove it's not true, basically. Another game. I don't know what to make of this one. Survivor Man VR is coming to PSVR 2. What do I have about this? So it's out now on the Questicles apparently. So I don't know if you know about this one already. It's coming to PSVR 2 and PC VR in Q1 of 2024, and it's basically a game where you crash land somewhere in like the Arctic or something, and you gotta survive. And there's like a real life survivalist. Like apparently he's famous in real life, and he's gonna be in
gotta
the
eat
game,
people?
talking to you, guiding you and stuff. So it's like if you can imagine like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, then this is whatever this fucker's name is, Survivor Man. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, there's a couple reviews already on the
There you go.
on the Questicle. It looked like shit to me, like graphically.
Well, it's a Quest game, obviously. So
But it has 4.8 stars, but only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reviews so far.
5 developers.
Love games
5
like
developers.
this. Looks fantastic. More to come. It's like this old guy.
Les
$25 a full Bear Grill Simulator. Damn.
There you go. You
piss
drink
on,
your piss.
on
You
you
catch
eat- drink your
rabbits.
piss?
You like eat rabbits and stuff.
Huh. It's very educational, interesting to play, and I think we have So apparently, so far the people that played it, they had good reviews, but it's I think it's $20 on
Yeah.
the Questicle.
I mean, I don't know.
Just like it looks just like a straight up survival game, right? Like trying to stay
Except
alive.
the whole shtick is that this celebrity is here talking to you. Like this Bear Grylls fella, he's a Bear Grylls competitor, I guess.
Oh,
And
he's like an actual legit like.
yeah, he's a real
famous guy?
person. He's a Les. His name's on the trailer, like Les Shroud or
That's
something.
all the budget. All the budget went to hire this guy.
He's like, you can see his face. It's like they kind of have a.
Look at that fucking polar bear. You see that?
No, I didn't see
Yeah.
the picture.
Shit.
But his
It doesn't
face looks
look great.
weird. His face looks weird.
Yeah.
Listen, it might be fun, but
It could be fun. It could be funny. Like, could be one. I don't know. Maybe it's good. 5 stars.
If you're
you know?
if you're about to starve to death, can you like turn on him and like crack him over the head
Should
and
be
go
able-
cannibal?
You'd know about that, Muzz. You'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
it looks like it's
We
like
have
a.
we have harsh winters
story,
up
right?
here, man. You gotta survive.
Looks like there's
mean,
like
I
a
could-
point to get to somewhere, right?
I
Not
could
just-
abandon my car and walk like about 45 minutes to a gas station, but I mean, what choice do I have? I need to
Gotta
turn
eat.
on.
Gotta eat
I
the
gotta
flesh.
eat. You know.
Survivor Man VR says LSB. He's laughing. Donnie says Alive, the movie, the game. Do you ever see that movie Alive?
Yeah, long
Yeah.
time ago.
Roy Schwartz says Les Stroud is his name. There you go. And you can see him there. He's like a weird in-game model. It's almost photorealistic, but there's something off about it. Anyway,
That bear did not look good.
Damn, dude. 5 years.
That's like 2016 PlayStation VR graphics.
what's 5 years?
Since Rocket Fury.
Oh, he's still talking about Racket Fury.
Yeah, he's obsessed. He's obsessed.
He can't go over.
Gonna be
Especially because it's free update.
All right.
And I got
free.
the
You don't have
space.
to buy it.
Decepticon wants to know, do you know that story, Jackpot? The Alive story.
Yeah, the fucking people that fucking ended up eating each other
Mhm.
and no food, you know.
And the plane crash in the Andes or was it
they'll
someplace like that?
froze. Well, why don't we just eat his leg and then
Tasty.
another
Then
leg?
they got a taste for it.
Yeah.
They keep going.
Delicious and
That's fucked
nutritious.
up.
Oh, I'm hungry again, but we just ate 5 minutes ago. Oh, my stomach. Oh.
Fucked up.
All right. Last topic before the fax machine is, of course, the Firewall Ultra update that we just got. Yeah, man, I can't keep track of the days at all. It was yesterday. Patch 1.10. Added a bunch of stuff, but the main thing, obviously for me anyway, and probably for you too as well, is that the adjusted the aiming so that the ADS accuracy buff that they had now applies to those of us who don't use ADS. Those of us who just aim manually, we get that nice accuracy buff. And also the matchmaking. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think the matchmaking is way better now than it was before the patch. Obviously, there's still times when you're waiting, but I think that's more of a population issue with the game, rather than like before it felt like it's bugged or it's glitched or something, whereas now there's people coming in all the time. Whether they stay and wait around is another story, but it seems to be functioning, you know, and the shooting's made way better, and I'm just enjoying it more. I've streamed it for 5 hours yesterday, and I had a good time. Thoughts?
Yeah, much improved. I hope that the clock's not ticking on them though, because like there's gonna be a fair amount of people, I'm sure, that are just gonna move to Breachers in a few weeks when it comes out, that are just not happy with it. So I don't want to. As much as I'm having fun playing it, I'm not going to be able to have fun playing it if I keep seeing like the same 4 people I'm going up against every time. Yeah, the Eagles. That's all that's going to be left. The Eagles are just going to kick my ass every time.
Picking at your characters.
That's how. Yeah.
I think definitely it's going to hurt them. Like, regardless, right? Another game come out that is good is going to hurt them, but I think it's going to hurt them even more because of the game. I do, like I said, I feel like it's not going to kill it. Fire was very fun. This changing on the aim, for me, it's a huge step up. Like, it makes a huge difference the way that the game feels. So like, if Pumpkin said on this video, if they improve the grenade throws, gives us another option and all that, I'm happy. And like I said, I already set myself Firewall. Most likely it's not gonna have manual reload, all this type of stuff, but it's still very, very fun. So once they do that, I think it's just gonna be
they need to
solid.
fix this. They need to fix that mirror dimension problem.
Right. Well, of course, they got to fix a lot of stuff still, but
getting out of hand. Like, I don't think we can do a session where it doesn't happen. Like, there's always at least one time. Yeah. Or two. Yeah. Probably.
And it kind of sucks because I feel like, God, it's just like Firewall 0 hour over again, right? But I don't think it's going to kill it. It's going to definitely affect it, especially because of the condition of the game. If Firewall were to come out.
Yeah, but even if it affects it, like the players are already dropped off. Like, you can tell just from like how many people are like, how fast the lobbies fill up. Like,
but my hope is that the updates bring people back, you know.
I just don't think it's gonna kill it because it's still a different game. It still feels different. So I don't think it's gonna kill it, but it's gonna fuck it up pretty good. I think, because like I'm telling you guys, Breachers, it's really fun, and a lot of people are gonna jump into that game. It's just like I said, Firewall. I love Firewall. It's a lot of fun, but there's just a lot of stuff, like just the grind itself. I can't get any weapons, and I get it. We'll play exfil. I get that. I don't want to, and I get it. That's just what it is. But for me, I don't like exfil. I don't want to play that. I just have a limited amount of time, and I want to play with you guys, multiplayer or whatever, PvP. So I understand that, but it's just very limited for me. It feels like Firewall. In the weapons stuff, for me, it feels like if I'm playing a demo of, I'm limited to the stuff, right?
I think it would have been cooler. Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
No. Go ahead, dude.
I think it would have been cooler if the PvE mode was different. If they would have changed it different than what you do in the multiplayer, like I would have been happier if it was just a straight up like hunt the bad guys. Like you're dropped in a map and there's just random enemies that spawn everywhere. Say like 40, whatever number they want. They're just randomly spawned around the map, and then you got to go around and like kill them all. And then once and there's difficulty stagings for it. Like you can do like the easier mode, or if you go to the hard mode, if they shoot you like a couple times, you're dead. So like that would have been ideal for me. I always like that.
Yeah, I think that would have been fucking awesome. And even like, and I know I say this all the time, and I know they're not gonna do it, and whatever because they're vision. If do you want to bring the game back or whatever, get a fucking game mode. It's still the same. You don't have to bring fucking hostage mode. Just literally like Rainbow Six Siege. You have to extract it and take it to one point to another. That way you don't spam grenades, blah blah blah. And that would really, really add a lot of more, I think, more people involved in the game.
But we do know, like they have said, 2 modes are coming. 2 new PvE modes are coming. Like that's confirmed. That was in the roadmap for year 1. So I know it's nothing for now. But we can't do anything with that now.
Though, PvE. I mean, I just don't. Again, it's a good thing that they're giving us that, but it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the mode. Like it could be the hot new thing. Like it could be something that makes us forget about PvP. Obviously, we don't know what it is or what it's going to be.
But also, if
really
it turns out to be really good and everyone like is in love with it, what's to stop them from implementing that into like the PvP? Like using that as an alternate mode.
Yep, I just feel like that, literally that. If you say like, oh, the game that kills everything is going to be Grand Theft Auto and VR, the mode, in my opinion, what will make this game like really stand out, like what something dramatically from just kind of going like that to going like that, it will be that, like Mus says, another type of game mode. And I think something like that in PvE, like just killing random bad guys instead of just the same thing we have right now, and PvP as well, if they do literally hostage mode, because a lot of people are like, oh, they don't want to change the type of gameplay. That is very tactical as well. People can't spam grenades. People can't. It's just you know what I mean. I think that would really help the game. You know,
like a little bit of a different change of pace for sure.
Yeah,
but I guess the mode that I would like, how I was just saying with the terrorist hunt, I don't know if it would work great for Firewall. Like some of the maps are pretty small, like the bridge. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to do that on the bridge map, or maybe even like the container map where it's like the room in the middle with the containers like circling it.
You mean Pavlov?
Like
right.
Oh no, sorry. I'm totally getting my lines
You're
crossed.
talking about Pavlov map?
Like,
I'm saying Pavlov.
Like, wait, I do remember.
No.
Maps, but I think they're the wrong
Sorry. My mind just kind of like blanked over to Pavlov for some reason.
Okay.
Never mind.
You like the gameplay of Pavlov. No, but
I always wanted that in Pavlov too. I think that's why my mind just kind of like went over to Pavlov. I wish there was like just like a mode to it where you can just go around and shoot like enemies that just spawn in the map.
Right.
I've always liked it. Like even back, like me and my buddies used to play like Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and we would literally just play that like every day, just playing like the hardest difficulty of terrorist hunt, because like you get shot like with one enemy shoots you and you're dead, so you have to like really take your time and kind of like plan who you shoot first and stuff, and the enemies would always spawn differently, so like you can't like memorize it because like you don't know where they're going to be like around the corner. One time they might be like walking out like as soon as you get there, and then another time they're like way down the street because they're not spawned there, so it's like you're always on the back foot because you don't know where they are. So that's the kind of multiplayer I like.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember that. That was very fucking fun. And I think if they added that, I don't know how hard it is, but yeah, that would really.
But
that would really.
Speaking of like comparing this to Breachers and how it's going to affect it, does Breachers have multiple modes, or is it the same as Firewall where it's like the one main mode?
I think it's the same. And again, that's why I feel like
it's got PvP. Breachers has PvP in like one map, doesn't it?
No, not just one map. I don't think just one map. No, definitely not one map. No, they have a bunch of maps.
Are you sure? Unless they changed it.
No, 1,000,000% sure. 1,000,000% sure it's not just one map. No, there's a bunch of maps.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah,
I was watching. I saw someone playing it. Someone playing it online, and they said it's cool that there's PvP, but this like, and it was its own like big warehouse kind of thing, and it was strictly for PvP, and that was the only one that they could play in these.
Rogue said maybe they would do maps.
No. Yeah, no, it has a bunch of maps. No, okay, but it was maybe just one game where they were playing.
I'm wrong about everything.
But
think about
the thing about it's, again, everybody's like, oh, is this gonna kill? It's different. Even though they're both similar game modes, this is about bombs and you gotta activate or just kill everybody to win. But they're just different. I feel like the gadgets and the destructible environments and just it's different. So that's why
I don't mean it's the same. I didn't mean to ask I just mean does it have just one mode, like one primary mode?
I'm pretty sure, just one, just like Firewall. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure just a bomb, big ass fucking bomb. You gotta activate or deactivate or kill everybody. Yep.
Nice. So Decepticon saying there's two modes. So
what's the other mode, bitch?
Well, the PvP is what
he says. There's like 4 or 5 maps. There might even be a new map. If Breachers is cross-platform, I might pick it up, says Nerd Boglin, and it is cross-platform. Nerd. Movemaster Mix says, when will Ultra mode land? I mean, I don't know. You'd have to imagine that the issues they're trying to combat now is probably delaying everything else. But then again, Ultra mode could be considered a fix to some of the issues too. So I don't know. They haven't really said anything about Ultra in a good while. Rainbow Six Vegas was the shit, says LSP.
Yes, it was.
Diffusal and control, says Decepticon. So I guess control is the second mode.
Man, I've watched like
remember.
a lot of streamers playing it. I don't remember ever seeing anyone playing a control.
Oh,
Maybe it's just not
I think
popular,
there is a
isn't it?
control too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's
don't
like
think a lot of
capturing
people like
points, is that it? I assume, by the name. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably added a bunch. I'm telling you, we haven't played it in a while. But they probably added a bunch. Yeah, which is cool. More game modes.
Rogue says they added a control point mode, I believe, and they have a basic team deathmatch mode / map. So they got a map specifically for team deathmatch. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Wasn't that what I was saying?
But that's a third mode then. So they got 3 modes.
The team deathmatch. That's the one that I saw them say that it was only one map for team deathmatch.
Maybe team deathmatch. Maybe it's just team deathmatch one map. But the one that we always play is just like the Firewall one.
So I was
think we
right all
played
along.
Capture one time.
You guys can suck it.
Halfway.
Everyone was given, like, when I asked how many modes there is, and you said 2 modes, when there's actually 3 modes, you know, how am I supposed to go off this information? You know, it's like, oh, team deathmatch. Well, that's a mode as well. That's a mode as well. If that's there, if that's what you're saying, if I'm understanding.
There you go.
Correctly.
There's more modes.
Rogue says team deathmatch pretty sure only has the one map. Top of the
There
morning.
you go.
Put another shrimp in the bobby. If you insist. But yeah. Other additions to Firewall Ultra in 1.10 include fixing the quick swap between your primary and your secondary weapon, which I still have to train myself to do. I haven't actually been doing this in a match yet because I'm so used to not ever using it. But it does work now, which is nice, a nice little touch. There's more defenses or safeguards is the word they use against rank resets. So I don't know if it's fixing them entirely, but hopefully it does, or at least makes them way more less common. Even though I haven't been hit by one yet, thank God. Shit, what else was in there? I'm trying to think.
Grenades do damage to windows now.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, so not only does the explosive of the grenade break glass now, which it didn't before apparently, but actually if you throw the grenade at the glass, it should break through the glass and go into whatever's behind the glass. But yeah, that's like the main. There's other things as well, but that's the main stuff involved in that patch, and I think it's probably the best patch so far. And I'm hoping they can like get a streak going now that the next patch is like boom grenades or and we're getting stuck
out.
easing the grind. The fucking grind needs to be eased, and that seems like a really easy thing to fix. Obviously, I'm not a developer.
And
and of course, toggle grip.
And of course, toggle grip.
Yes.
Thing that only I in existence want, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. You think there'd be more talk about that, but apparently not. But yeah, and if they can sort the grenades, or if they can sort like weapon selection as well, give us an alternate method of that, and the grind, and of course Muzz's issue, then I don't think I have too many things left to complain about then when we get to that stage. Depending on how it works, you know.
Once we have all that, I think the game would be perfect if they get rid of the snapping aim where you're looking. If they get rid of that and just keep the ADS just to steady your aim for people that have shaky hands or whatever, then the game is basically exactly where I'd want it.
Okay.
But I just don't. I can't justify the auto aim BS. The snapping to where you're looking aim. And you know who's doing it too, because their stupid arms are like this when they're shooting. They're like they do like the chicken wing, and it happens just like that. They'll come around the corner and they'll have their gun down, and then suddenly in like a blink of an eye, they're like this, like they're up in the air. It's like,
damn. I'm glad people know I'm not a bitch. They can physically see that I'm not a bitch. Well, I was in the early days, but I'm no longer a bitch.
You are.
You shut your mouth.
You always will be. Once a bitch, always a bitch.
Mouth. Nert Bogna says, is it just me, or should every viewer game have cross-platform if it's not an exclusive?
Yes.
Yes, because viewer, like there is no big viewer platform. Even Quest, which is apparently sold 20 million. It's not like there's 20 million people playing it at any one time. So everyone needs as big a player base as possible. And then obviously if they grow to a certain point where they're big and don't need that anymore, then fine. Get rid of it if you need to. But obviously most people enjoy it. Fozzie Bear says, hello everyone, how are you doing? Mr. Fozzie Bear. I hope you're keeping well. Is there anything else we want to say about Firewall Ultra? Like, I mean, I feel like, or at least I'm hoping, but I'm feeling confident and optimistic that this is like the start of a good thing for Firewall now. You know,
Yeah, they're
just
turning
keep them
turning
going.
a corner for sure.
Yeah.
They're on the right track.
Yeah, and, like,
and
it's like I'm excited to play Firewall again. You know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Big changes, like you said. Hopefully, grenades, grind, what Muzz wants. Comes soon.
Whatever this guy wants.
Whatever that crazy guy keeps going on rambling about. You just give it to him so he shuts up already.
No, but yeah, no, I agree, dude. It's, I mean, we know Firewall. It just, I kind of feel bad for them because it's just like every game is kind of like the same, you know. One issue, at least, I don't want to jinx it, but it seems like, you tell me, but it seems like the updates are not breaking other stuff, which it seemed to be the case before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More. Well, this I think this update was supposed to come last week, so and they had to do more testing on. So I assume maybe they caught something in time, and that pushed it to this week. I don't know if that means there'll be another update this week, but
Maybe.
they seem to be kind of trying to keep the momentum of one patch a week. I don't know if this pushes the next one back another week now or not, but if they can keep that momentum.
Fucking Hess is just whipping it with a thumb. I say one patch a week. We're running behind schedule.
Man, they must be fucking sweating.
Yeah,
they
dude.
must be sweating over there, like working hard, you know. To do
That's
that.
the last. That's the last thing we need is like some big gaming, like IGN or something. To breaking news. There's game crunch happening in VR games too.
Australian CEO uses
Yeah.
whip to physically assault staff.
They're getting abused over there. They can't eat or sleep. Working on this game every day.
Durbin Brown, how you doing? Says love Firewall. Can't wait for Breachers though. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm looking forward to trying both. And I think Breachers, out of all, you remember we were talking about, you know, Pavlov, Alvo, Ghost of Tabor, and Firewall, obviously. How out of all of them, you know, Alvo and Pavlov were kind of the most similar. Like Firewall didn't really have a similar one, but now that Breachers is coming along, that's like way more in Firewall's lane, you know. So it's way more direct competition, yeah.
Another game to add to the. That's how I see. Another game to add to the list to pick. I don't see it as a replacement or anything. I think it's just gonna be a very popular pick. Like Firewall is usually a very popular pick. I think Breachers will be.
Phasmophobia was supposed to be the popular pick. That was supposed to be the game that was going to take November for us. Do you remember update 1.10 for Firewall 0 hour? Says Donnie, and then he does a face palm. No, I don't.
Is that Nightfall? Is that what you're talking about?
Is that Nightfall?
I'm guessing.
I don't remember.
What other one
number
is he
that
referring
was.
to?
It's crazy if you actually remember the
Which
specific
number?
patch numbers and stuff. Oh, Donnie got like one
He's got
of
it
those.
tattooed on his arm. The bad times.
Memento. He wakes up. He looks at the tattoos. Remember patch 1.0.
remember the bad times on this arm and the good times on this arm.
A picture of Jackpot.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
believe his lies underneath it. But yeah, I think we're out of topics. So
Are we?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, we got the fax machine.
No good dog, bad dog news or anything?
I'm afraid not. And Johnny confirms, yes, that was Nightfall. Well, Nightfall, as he calls us. And I think everyone
that
called
was
it back
bad.
then. That was really bad. A whole month.
We had nothing else. We had nothing else to play.
Yeah, back in those days.
Firewall was the only thing.
That was rough. So yeah, time for the fax machine, which means it's going to be like a 12-second transition where I need you boys to shut your stinking pie holes. And 3, 2, 1, go.
It's that time again for questions and topics submitted by our viewers. So let's go to our fax machine and see what we have. Fax me harder, Daddy. I've been a bad boy.
Just seeing Chop's fucking emoji ID. Am I allowed to have penis emojis in Discord? Like, will I get banned for that or something?
It's not a penis, it's a dick.
I
in the
know.
shape of-
I
I mean,
but
a
you know.
ghost in the shape of a dick. I was going to say a dick with a blanket, but no.
Dick with a blanket. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if you're allowed to do that on Discord. Do they monitor emojis or something? Or can you be reported? Anyway.
All right.
Don't know.
Yeah, I'll try it out. It's covered in a blanket, so, you know, who knows what's under there. It might not be a penis.
Exactly.
So the first question we have is from a reptilian friend, Pete Hawkins, aka the Governor viewer, and he wants to know, if you have a friend or family member over, and they were a gamer, but said they don't get VR stuff, so they never tried it, what would you let them play on your PSVR 2 to try and convince them it's awesome? And then in brackets beside that, or PC VR if you have a PC and suitable headset.
Who would you say, a family member, who a kid,
just like a family member or a friend or something? He didn't go into details about their age or their gender or anything like that. But
I go last.
The first one that I would show them is Red Matter 2.
Have you played that?
Because it's...
You played that?
I played Red Matter 2. I didn't play the first one yet.
Okay. I get mixed up with you and Jackpot.
And I was going to say Gran Turismo 7, but that would be a little too much just to have someone play that for the very first time in VR. Wouldn't want them getting sick right off the bat.
Right.
But I think Red Matter 2 is like pretty slow paced, and just for the visuals alone, just like letting them see what it looks like and interacting with things, because you have those little claw things that you pick everything up with, and like even like picking up like a picture or like a piece of paper off a table, like it has like good physics, like you can move the paper and it moves like how it should move, like all that kind of stuff. So I was showing that.
All right. Red Master 2. Jack Boss, do you have one, or do you want me to go before you?
Go before me.
All right. Donnie's picked the one I was going to pick, Kayak. I picked Kayak VR. I think that's all that game is good for, really. I think until they start updating it, it's beautiful and it's impressive, and the physics are cool and all that, and it has the most chance of like wowing someone, I think. For the first few minutes.
We don't have Astrobot, Donnie. We don't have Astrobot yet.
I noticed that as well. I was like, why would you say that, Donnie? Why would you say that?
Maybe someday.
But yeah. Fozzie Bear says GT7 is going to cause the chicken sweats. I was thinking GT7 though, but does it cause the chicken sweats? I haven't heard many people complaining about motion sickness with Gran Turismo. Maybe if you had like the wheel set up as well, it probably might prevent it as well. It might trick the brain even better.
Yeah.
Warrim says, wish they had the shark dive from PSVR 1 demo, where you just do nothing. I suppose you could do the Horizon boat ride, which I actually haven't done that. Yes, there's a trophy for that. I haven't bothered doing it. But that's just similar to that, where you're just sitting down and you're taking a tour on the river and you're seeing all kinds of robot machines and stuff.
Boring.
I had my dad and my uncle and aunt do the shark one, going underwater.
I had my mother do
Carry
it.
your shit the first time. Let's put my pants.
Oh, I got my mother in the kitchen demo as well. Remember the kitchen demo? And
I can't believe you put her through that.
That's horrible.
Dude,
But my aunt was doing like the thing like this with the cage when the cage goes away, and it's just like the shark coming out there. She was just going like,
good shit. And she still didn't buy a headset.
Maybe she did.
She didn't either.
Doesn't look around.
No shit. She's like, fuck this.
But yeah, Jackpot, we're just waiting on you now. I assume
fuck
you're
that.
watching gay porn on your phone.
No, I'm working, bitch. I'll give him some Sirento.
PSVR 2. He's on about PSVR 2.
Oh, PSVR 2? Fuck.
Honestly, an awful choice as well, by the way.
No, what the fuck? All in, backflips and
yeah,
shit.
We were talking about them getting sick playing Gran Turismo 7, but don't start flipping over people.
No, I'll be like, holy shit, this is awesome. I just gotta get used to it. Can you do this shit right? Probably realistically, I will probably do Gran Turismo, but you say the dizziness, either Gran Turismo or most likely I will do Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator VR, because that is kind of.
Okay. You
can just sit in there, easy to fly, and it's just seeing the shit, in VR for the first time, and go to different cities and all that shit for the first time and shit. That will probably be the one that I think I can probably hook some people in.
I'm changing my answer. I want to change my answer.
Shut up. You see all this waiting? No. I was trying to fucking Google what's a good game for fucking first timers.
Gran Turismo 7, take them to Tokyo Expressway in the rain within a convertible and make them go around that track. That's how you do it.
Especially if you have a wheel.
That's how you do it. Especially if you have a wheel. Yeah, that would be the dream.
Yep. Some good shit.
That's the answer. All right. Next question.
I was expecting the question already to be like something about penises or someone off. Or killing
That's somebody.
We have 3 choices.
Don't worry. We don't have war rooms yet.
Or something like that. I know we'll get there.
Next question. This one is for Tasuki, and he says, question for Jackpot. Does Jackpot equal female dog?
According to bitches. Yeah.
All right, the answer is yes. Also, I would like to know Pumpkin's answer to the same question after Jackpot answers. Also, yes.
It's a lie.
But we're on the same page. We're on the same page. Why are you calling me a liar?
You agree.
His final question is predictions for when Phasmophobia will come
Damn,
out.
you're not gonna ask Muzz too? Fuck it.
That was Tasuki's question. I'm reading Tasuki's
I
question.
know, I'm telling Tasuki, you're being a little bitch. Why only ask me and
He doesn't
you?
care about your opinion. He
Doesn't
want
care.
your opinion, Muzz.
That's fair.
He
That's
doesn't
fair.
like Canadians. He's one of those
He's a
Americans.
bigot.
I heard Americans don't like Canadians. I don't know if that's true.
Damn.
Is that true, Muzz? Americans don't like you guys?
Some of them,
Probably for
like
some.
this Tasuki guy.
Yeah, from Wisconsin. Tasuki from Wisconsin. His final question is predictions for when Phasmophobia will come out. Can be just a month, I guess. So
February 2024.
February 2024. Okay. Muzz,
October 30th.
you bitch.
That would be cool, boy.
They're gonna surprise you. They're gonna surprise you.
I'm gonna say November, late November, like the 20-something of November, and that's me being hopeful, and I'm gonna get my heart broken again. But at least this time it'd be just my own doing. But that's just the way they said they're trying to minimize the delay as much as possible. Just makes me feel like maybe that's a little hint that's not too far away. Maybe I'm just coping. I'm just huffing that copium. Tasuki says didn't want to put Muzz on the spot, lol.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Decepticon says I think before Christmas.
Sure.
Nobody asked you, Decepticon. You want to answer the questions, you come back on the podcast, all right?
Exactly.
You come back here
Get your ass back here.
answer any questions, you bitch. NSB has a question just for me. He says, how old are you, Pumpkins? I'm 33.
Damn.
The young guy.
There you go. And now finally, we have a question from Brave Sir Robin.
Can't wait.
All right.
Oh, yeah, he's the one? Okay.
Okay. This is actually fairly tame. He wants to know what conspiracy theories did you or still believe? Or do you still believe?
Oh, that's tame?
That is tame. There's nothing to do with dicks or anything like that.
Conspiracy
I like the dick.
theories.
I like the dick questions.
I bet you do.
Of course you do.
Can't get enough. Conspiracy theories.
I'll go last.
I never really followed any. I'm just trying to think of any like when I was younger that I thought might have been real, but
I'm just trying to think of conspiracy theories. Obviously 9/11 was an inside job. That's like a famous one, but I'm just trying to think what else is out there.
my mother-in-law is all about this stuff.
Is there any monsters in Ireland, like a fucking Bigfoot or something that you guys
Like
believe in over there?
banshees, leprechauns, fairies.
Oh yeah,
stuff
duh,
like that.
leprechauns. Oh shit, I thought that was just.
Well,
like,
leprechaun's
people-
a type of fairy.
Really? And what's
well-
about the gold? Is that really that stereotypical, or that really
That's-
is like?
I don't know. Like you don't really hear any stories involving gold, but then it's like apparently I don't know. I don't know where that started from, to be honest with
I
you.
thought you from Ireland. That was like your.
Yeah, but
like
we
your
don't. Like
mascot,
they
or
tell
like
you the
your-
stuff
you know,
when
your-
you're like in national school, which is like early school, and then it's like you forget all this shit when you
yeah.
grow up. You know.
I believe the
That's
one
cool that they teach you that.
Zuckerberg's a lizard. I believe that.
Oh yeah, that's practically
that's-
fact.
You believe that
That's
one
fact.
is a lizard?
That's practically
Dude,
fact.
that's pretty much a fact. Yeah.
Oh, we got things called fairy trees over here, where it's like a type of tree called a hawthorn tree, and if you see one growing in a field by itself, and if you like do anything to it, go near it or interfere with it, you'll have bad luck. And there's like my neighbors had one; they were trying to cut it down, and the chainsaw broke down first, couldn't get it to start up. Got another chainsaw, couldn't get that to start up, and then he got like a mini digger in. He was going to scoop it out, and then that broke down when he was doing that. And then when that happened, they were like, "Fine, we're just going to leave it alone." So there you go. I don't know, it's not really a conspiracy though. Aliens, all the alien shit going on. There you go. I believe in that. You know the fucking.
Mexico obviously showed us that they have an alien, so why isn't that being talked
I
about?
don't
I
know.
thought it
Sure
was a
those
cake.
are real. It was a cake. It was a cake.
Oh, it wasn't real? It wasn't
A
real?
bunch of cum
No,
sacks
we don't
stuck
know. We
together.
don't know. They just made memes and they make cakes that. And
I could have swore that was real.
Someone like
No.
did an analysis and it's like bones turned upside down from different animals and like stuck
No,
together.
but they
and all
did
this kind of
test,
shit.
and they apparently say that the test that they tested that to see if they were parts put together, and apparently, I don't know who the test. I don't know who fucking said that, but
Mexico.
apparently, no, bitch. Apparently, they know it's not. Because other people test it. Remember, you can test it. Apparently, it's
Okay.
not a.
So
It's not a bunch
real.
of parts put together. I don't know if it's real, but
So it
apparently
is
it's not a
real.
bunch of parts
Alright.
put together.
But I'm talking about the footage that like the Navy and shit have of these like ships going around at crazy speeds and doing kind of crazy shit like that. So I think they're among us. I think.
Well,
they're
that can
watching
be
us.
that. A lot of it is probably just the government, dude.
But they're
Because the
moving in
government
ways that are
has-
like ridiculously.
Yeah, bitch.
Advanced.
The government has like what 50 years or more technology advance that we don't know about, and I can guarantee you. And if you believe in aliens, you can say that the government fucking capture some fucking alien ships and reverse engineer them, and now
Yeah.
they know how to fucking use them,
Maybe.
and that's it. They're gonna use it eventually.
Well, either
to-
way, aliens are real. That's the conspiracy.
yeah.
So, Moz, what did you go? Reptile, Zuck.
Yeah.
I
Zuck's
go with aliens.
reptile,
Jackpot. What did you go with?
The one that I still believe.
Or
I'm
whatever you
I'm
want,
amazed
anything you believe.
neither of you guys touched
I'm
on the
not-
COVID. I'm amazed
I'm
neither
not-
of you guys touched on COVID.
If you want, I
Let's
can
not
touch
go
on the
there,
cover,
let's not
but
go there.
I'm not really involved in that shit. But back in the day, yeah, when the government was listening to you and your conversations, and they were recording it, people know you're fucking crazy, and then it turned out to be true. And then there's a bunch of pedos running things and islands everywhere. People say crazy. When I told this Amanda years and years ago, and she's like, "Yeah, you're fucking weird, right? Because you believe in this shit."
You are.
And then I was walking on the house, and then I look at the news, and it says Jeffrey Epstein arrested, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" She's like, What's happening? Who is this guy?" Right? So all that shit. So I'm not saying, but a lot of the conspiracy theories that I used to like kind of not believe or thought it were true, they to a point came true. But I don't really believe in a lot of shit. It was just a couple things that I did. But yeah, other than that, I mean, if you want to talk about COVID, yeah, I mean,
No.
not saying it's fake,
No.
but yeah, I
Don't wanna talk
told
about
everybody.
that.
Don't-
That's too
don't-
high.
One shot will be
don't get
good.
in.
One
It's too high.
vaccine. I was like, no,
Don't
that's
get
not how it
into it.
is. And- all right, yeah, you get canceled, but yeah,
It's like
aliens,
Fozzie Bear brings up. What about the chupacabra? I thought you'd be into him.
chupacabra. I don't know, dude. I saw about the leopards. It's
about-
the same thing. Like we
It's
talk about the
national
chupacabra in
history.
Mexico, but they don't really teach it. I
What
think
about
it's
the-
just a fucking weird, like creature that it has radiation, sucks somebody, some goats off or
radiation.
something.
Damn.
I don't
What
know.
about the Baba Yaga? I hear he
Baba
can kill you.
Yaga.
Baba Yaga, he can kill you with a pencil, with a fucking pencil.
Damn, John
Holy
Thick.
shit!
Remember
He must-
the Baba
where does
Yaga
he
was
get
in that
his
game.
pencils
Don't
from?
knock twice. The Baba Yaga's in that.
There you go.
What
The
the
real
fuck
Baba
is that?
Yaga. You don't remember that game I
Oh.
streamed that scared the shit out of me? Like,
No.
well, it was like low budget paranormal activity type of a game, and there was a movie that came out with it at the same time.
How
Jackpot
about
is the
Bigfoot?
goat sucker, says Decepticon.
They
Did
go
you see
fucking
those new
zip
footage
them
of
out.
Bigfoot recently? Like a couple
Yeah, it's probably
on a
some
train
fucking
or
local,
something.
trolling them or some
Yeah.
shit.
But
Do you
then
guys
you can
believe
never,
in
you can,
Bigfoot?
like, you can never trust footage now, can you? Because it's always like, well, he could be wearing a costume, or it could be
That's true.
AI. It could be like an AI thing or whatever.
Yeah, there's too
I
much.
do think there's weird
too
shit.
many ways
out
to fake
there.
things now.
Yeah,
I do think there's weird shit out there. We haven't explored like what, only like 30% of the ocean or some shit like that, and
War
then
room.
the national parks in here that you can't go to certain national parks like deep in there because it's like the government. You can't go in there. There's probably weird shit in
That's
there.
where Bigfoot is.
I
War
do
room
believe there's
said
some
moon
weird shit
landing.
that we don't know.
What do you say?
Ooh, moon landing.
War Room
Moon
said
landing.
moon landing.
Um,
Moon landing was faked. So
Was it?
I don't know. I haven't done enough research into that to think.
John
know
F.
if it's
Kennedy.
fake or real.
Yep.
John
John
F.
F. Kennedy. Donnie is right.
JFK, yeah, it's a
that
big
was
one.
and
That's a big
They
one.
killed him.
Well, it is weird
Yeah,
that they got to
kinda.
the moon in the '60s, and then so many times they've tried since, and like rockets are blowing up and stuff like that. So like, how did they not perfect that if they had already done it successfully in the '60s? But that's not to
Didn't,
say it's true or whatever. Just
didn't
makes
one
me
of the
wonder.
I thought one of the astronauts actually came out and said like, "Oh yeah, we didn't actually land."
The Bob, was it the guy
I
that
don't know
punched
which
somebody
one.
in the
Buzz?
face?
Buzz?
Not Buzz,
Buzz
yeah.
or whatever.
Not
Buzz
not
Lightyear.
Buzz. One of the
Buzz
other
Lightyear
guys.
was-
Buzz Lightyear. I don't know.
Yeah,
You look
the
at that
moon
old
landing is
footage,
weird.
it definitely looks kind of a little off. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what it's
Dude,
like
we
on the
got-
moon.
we
I don't know
don't
what it's
fucking-
like in the
we
moon.
might
So how am I
get
supposed to know?
bamboozled.
Uh,
Getting bamboozled, like you would say in Ireland. Don't you say that in Ireland? Bamboozled.
Bamboozle.
It's like a generic. I thought that'd be like more of an American thing, no?
I don't know.
Some nutties believe there are no nuclear bombs, says War Room.
Huh.
I haven't heard that one.
As long as we can all agree that the Earth is flat, right?
Of course.
We're all in agreement.
Of course.
Can you imagine, like,
Good,
we all like
good.
6 months from now? Actually, the
All
Earth
these-
is actually
all
flat.
these-
Like, what the
all these people that think it's round. All these people that think.
Yeah, I've never really gone the whole Earth flat thing. That's too much for me.
When I was a child, I used to think, like, I used to see the old black and white movies. So
Yeah.
I used to think that the world used to be black and white, and then at some point,
Damn.
color came into the world. I don't know how old I was when I stopped.
You were special. You were a special little boy.
I couldn't. I couldn't figure out. I didn't understand
weird.
it was a technology thing. But there you go. But maybe it used to be. Maybe that's the real
okay.
conspiracy. They added color.
Some people just develop slower. You know,
Yeah,
it's
listen,
okay.
it was in
It's
my
okay.
early 20s or whatever, you know. So I was young. I was still young. God released an update. A color patch came out.
You didn't
Update
graduate high
1.10.
school yet, so how would you know? How would you know you didn't graduate high school
Exactly.
yet?
Suki says, I streamed that game as well. The scare through the fake door where they break through it. Yeah. He's on about Don't Knock
I don't
Twice.
remember.
That shit was scary.
The
Beginners
Paranormal
versus
Activity
Fear.
game was pretty good too. I
Yes,
didn't
it
finish
was.
it, but
That
that
was
one was
creepy.
really good.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
On the subject of horror games, don't we have like the Exorcist game coming out?
Yes,
For
The
PlayStation
Exorcist 2.
Co-op too, right?
Co-op
Yeah.
as well.
What's
yeah.
what's that date? That's not October, right? That's like
That's
down
not
the
even
road.
this year. I don't think
Yeah,
it
I
has
don't
any
Yeah.
dates at all.
Okay.
I don't even
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we
yeah.
have a date on that, right?
No. Donnie says we have more tech in our cell phones than what was on the shuttle that made it to the moon. Facts, says Donnie.
Because they, yeah.
Roy Schwartz says Hollow Earth. You think we got the mole men in there?
I do. There's people believing. There's a chance. There's fucking. I know there's probably bases and shit underground and fucking all kinds of tunnels and shit that the government might use. And I know there's tunnels and shit that I don't want to bring it up, but there's fucked up shit that they traffic kids. But long story short, aliens, reptilians, and shit. There's people that believe that there's races underneath the earth. I don't know about that.
Damn.
That would be
Crab
cool.
people.
Go digging.
Crab people. Crab
Tastes like
people.
crab.
Imagine if there was reptilians. Pete will lose his shit.
Oh,
He
you know
will want
what's
to
a
make
good one?
one.
Could be like,
You
oh, I'm
wanna
home. My brethren, where have you been?
You know what's a good one?
Like
That-
Yeah, and then he'll suddenly shed his human skin and like, oh,
and
good
go.
one.
Return.
they'll
home.
welcome him
Go
with
back.
open arms because he knows everything about reptilians, and he'll bring a
Lost.
lot of calcium powder.
Calcium
to
for
the fucking caves.
everyone.
For everybody.
Prodigal son has returned.
Have you
Anyways,
ever,
what are you gonna say?
have you ever seen the Denver airport and all the weird shit that's in
Yeah,
that, and like the artworks on the walls and stuff? It's all weird.
the horse. Do you see the story about the horse?
No, what's
The
that?
horse of the fucked up horse, the horse of death, whatever.
It's like
fucking
red
Satan
eyes
horse.
or something, is it? Or
Red eyes. The horse is cursed supposedly and has a lot of symbolism, right? If you look at the symbolism and all that shit. Apparently, when they were building the horse, I think it killed like 3 people or 4 people died in the process. Like it killed this creator. It like crushed them and shit. Like there's just a bunch of weird shit with the horse. And there's a bunch of conspiracy theories about the Denver airport being all kinds of weird shit. And the art is pretty creepy, dude. If you've seen the art style, and if you really look into like symbolisms and all that shit and what
Yeah, it's
people
like
use, it's fucking creepy.
end of the
dude.
world type stuff and like
Yeah, it's
Judgment Day shit and all that. The earth is as flat as Dan's wife's chest, says Fozzie Bear.
Oh, damn.
Cyber Cyborg.
He's calling
how you
you
doing, by the way?
He's calling you out, Dan. Now we really need photographic evidence because you're being called a liar now. So
And Donnie says
general chat though.
Donnie says I know people who dream in black and white all the time, so I suspect those are old people who remember what it used to be like to live around those times when the world was in black and white. So that backs up my theory. Donnie says they went to the moon because if they faked it, they faked all the patents involved, and that tech is real. Decepticon says I've been in that airport many times. I bet you have, on your underground meetings with world leaders.
The furry convention.
Is that where they have this? The movie They Live was based on real events they covered up, says Tetsuki.
Yep.
Ray Schwartz says Denver Airport. Decepticon says fell on the artist. The horse fell on the artist.
Dude, that They Live movie. I think that's the old school movie with the glasses, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sunglasses.
Dude,
Hot
that's
Rod.
such a
Roddy
fucking
Piper.
good
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Such a good
here to
movie.
kick ass and
That
chew
fucking,
bubblegum, and I'm
I only saw that
The
for the first time
longest-
like 2 years ago with that fight scene, and
The longest fight scene ever.
that was ridiculous. I was like, "What is this? Why is it going on so long?" Oh, it's crazy. And all he was trying to do was make him wear a pair of glasses. That's all he wanted to do. He's like, fuck
Yeah, I
off,
know.
I'm not wearing your glasses. And then they just beat the shit out of each other for like half an hour. Dice is the furry king. I thought he said future king for a sec. Decepticon says, that horse is huge. It's in the front. You have to drive around it. Damn. Impressive. Spooky. But yeah, that's all the questions in the fax machine.
That's all the conspiracy theory talk for tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Be sure to Chupacabra. Oh,
Next week, we'll be discussing Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
Where we can find them.
I don't think that's real.
How many inches is the ideal amount to throw for a penis? Will probably be another question as well. Something along those lines anyway. So look forward to that.
Yeah, you probably know all about that.
Jackpot is Captain Deflecto. He's the real furry. That's all
I didn't even know what a furry is until I got here, dude. You guys are
it's-
weird in here.
That is a likely story. BGGG, goodbye, says Donnie. Tasuki says Bigfoot VR coming November 22nd, 2023. I don't know if that's a real
there's
thing.
a Bigfoot game. There's a
That's a
Bigfoot game
real
on
thing?
Steam.
A
The
VR game?
Yep.
Damn.
It's like a
No
You
kidding.
get to be
Phasmophobia
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot edition.
Oh, you're like someone hunting Bigfoot, is that it?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't played it. I don't buy it, but yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
All right.
Quest. I mean, on Steam.
Is it really coming November 22nd, Tasuki? Is that real?
Let's
Yeah,
look it up. He's probably full of shit.
I don't know. Oh, he just said I just made that up.
Just made that.
So there you
You
go.
fucking
Jackpot, you
lying.
just made that up
You
as well, you
lying.
bitch.
Oh, look. This is fucking
Look at
Bigfoot
what?
Steam.
All the lying. all the
9
truth
out of
coming out.
10. 9 out of 10. Look, can you see the fucking? I don't know my camera. I don't know. It's delayed. Can you see it? Is it showing?
I can see
I
some.
hate
I
you.
can't. I need to zoom in
It
closer.
says
I can't.
Bigfoot, but I don't think it's in VR though.
Well, there you go. That's the biggest lie. That's the biggest lie. GGPP says LSB girth throat proper ratio, says Donnie. Make sure you clarify your question. There's a bunch of multiplayer Bigfoot hunter games. Would be fun in VR though. Be cool if you could be Bigfoot
See?
hunting other players. Are they even violent though? I don't think they're even violent. Anyway, yeah, sorry, we're getting off topic. We're going to end the stream. Moz, Jackpot, it has been a pleasure. Everyone watching, thank you for watching. Jeez.
Later, everybody.
Goodbye.
Cheese. Goodbye.
What the fuck is this?
Goodbye. Wash your hands.